You're back with my Genshin. Last we left off, some stuff happened, but it's fine. I don't really remember what we did last time. We did stuff. We did lots of stuff. Anyway, let's go do more stuff. Hang out with people. We have a party to attend. Whee! This one's probably as close as we're gonna get. Yeah, that's fine. Find this party. Here? Yes, through here. Party. There should be song and dance and pretty flowers. Also, you may notice I have a new party member. I pulled Mona off stream, or off, yeah, that's probably the best way I'm going to be able to phrase that. So yeah, I has, she's not very high level right now because I just pulled her like less than 24 hours ago. So yeah, he's, but I mean I didn't level Barbara up much either, so it's fine. It's what it is.
There she is! Dunyarzad! We're back!
Just as promised, Traveler and Paimon. I'm so glad that you two came back to celebrate Lesser Lord Kusanali's birthday.
We would miss this with the world. Looks like we made it back inside. It's a very important festival, after all. Looks like we made it back
Indeed.
inside.
The festival's tomorrow. We've been preparing for so long that I can't help but feel a little nervous.
There's no need to be nervous. Paimon's sure that Lesser Lord Kusanali will feel everyone's gratitude.
Though to be fair, when you put that much of your heart and soul into something, it's hard to not be nervous for when people finally get to enjoy it. And that's a feeling I understand completely.
Thanks, Paimon. I hope that everyone who comes to the festival will also have a good time. Speaking of which, did you manage to make your way to Port Ormos? Discover anything over there?
Oh yeah, we were there. We found some cool stuff. We partook in some activities that were less than legal, but not dangerous, so it's fine. Then we made a new friend, I think. I hope he's a friend. Although he picked up something that we've been seen as to be very, very dangerous. That we're probably going to have to get our hands on sooner rather than later. So we'll see how that pans out. Especially since we seem to be connected to it in some way. Well, okay, that's pure speculation at this point, at least as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I'm sure other people have beaten this at this point, but I would purposely stay away from spoilers and stuff. So I'm going into this as blindly as possible on purpose. Because I wanted to. That's my decision to make. All I know is that words we saw in a vision were words spoken to a guy who got exposed to the bad thing. So we probably should check that out sooner.
Of course we went. A lot of things happened there.
Fortunately, we didn't learn any new information on Lesser Lord Kusanali. Instead, we were only left with more questions.
I see. Sounds like you two had another exciting adventure.
There's a big street brawl. That was kind of exciting, I guess. And code words and secret passwords and shady dealings. It was great.
If there is another chance,
Very spy novel.
I would love to join.
Look, get a vision and be able to wield a weapon, and we'll talk about you joining us, okay? Till then, stay home and organize parties, please. Like, as exciting as our life is, it's also extraordinarily dangerous and very easy to get hurt.
My lady, if you went to Port Ormos in your current state, we'd both be in for a lifetime of trouble.
Exactly. Listen to her. She knows what she's talking about.
Yeah, you were eavesdropping.
She's a bodyguard. Like, her job is to keep that person safe, so yeah, she's gonna be within earshot at all times. If you're not comfortable with her overhearing something, don't say it in front of Lady in the purple dress. Like, duh. She's just like, I am paid to do one thing, and I'm gonna do it. Whether or not anybody involved likes it is not really my problem.
It's called covert protection. Keeping an ear out for what's going on around my employer is part of the job.
It's alright, Dia. I merely said I would like to go. I know better than to think my body could handle it.
Oh, good. She's not a total
The
idiot.
festival's tomorrow. I've been doing nothing but causing trouble for you. So, Dia, please take some time to relax. I'll be fine.
I think she's only allowed to relax when you're not in a public space in the middle of nowhere where someone could, like, snipe you very easily if, you know, they had issues with your family. I mean, I don't know what a family does, other than that they're important and wealthy. But that usually comes hand in hand with somebody wanting to do you harm. I mean, clearly they think that. That's why they hired bodyguards. Obviously.
Even when you put it that way, it still doesn't feel right.
I think she's only allowed to, like, take a breather when you're home safe in bed for once.
Don't worry, my guardian knight.
Aw, cute.
Okay, fine, but only tonight. Tomorrow's a big day, and many no-good scumbags are gonna try to take advantage of that.
Precisely.
Ah,
Don't.
Oh,
How do you get
you
tired?
two must be exhausted from your long journey back to the city. My apologies for not realizing this sooner.
I mean, I'm fine. I don't think Lumine actually sleeps. Which, I mean, you know, fair. I mean, I'm not sure on Paimon, to be honest. It's hard to say. Well, I mean, we still have no idea what's going on with Paimon. But there's clearly something going on.
I've
I
already
can't wait to
prepared a
find out
room
what.
for you to rest. Please follow me.
Oh, how sweet of you.
whoa, you're so thoughtful. Paimon's so ready.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. Yep. Pretty. We need to get some of those in my house. The in-game house, just to be clear.
Here we are. It's also fairly close to where I've been staying.
Oh boy.
It looks really nice.
Sorry for the trouble doing yours art.
Not at all. Just tell me more about your adventures when you next get the chance.
Aww.
That's Paimon's specialty. Paimon can tell you stories next time.
About our plans for tomorrow.
Oh, if you don't mind, how about we all walk around together tomorrow?
That's probably for the best since, I mean, we're new here. We still have no idea what any of this means.
All
so.
of my friends will be working the festival, and Dia's still insisting on her covert protection.
I mean, I think that is probably going to be as close as you're going to get. I mean, you could ask her to just join us as a friend, and she could still be doing her job, I guess, but, like, I don't think there's an option where she leaves you alone.
Yeah. It'll be pretty hard to relax and enjoy the festival if Dia's constantly hovering over you, right?
I'll keep you company tomorrow.
Then let's meet at the nearby bazaar first thing tomorrow morning. Have a great night.
I hope nothing bad happens in the night, and then we get there, then she just doesn't show up. That would be sad.
It's a deal. Good night, Dunyarzad.
I may be too excited to fall asleep tonight. See you tomorrow.
Paimon started to really look forward to the Sub-Zero festival, too. Will there be lots of yummy food? Oh, no.
There better be
Thinking about food
SPs.
is just gonna keep Paimon up all night. The earlier we sleep, the better. Let's go inside, Traveler.
We've barely gotten any recipes from the new place. I want more recipes. I mean, we have a couple, but I'd like more.
Ah, did we oversleep?
Probably.
We should go meet Dunyarzad right away.
Yes. Best to not keep Friend waiting. Hopefully nothing bad happens to Friend. It would be sad. I think I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, I'm going lower. I bet over here is where the reputation place is gonna be when we unlock that. Oh, there's Friend. Friend's okay. Good.
Traveler, Paimon, I've been waiting for you two.
Good morning, Dunyarzad. We must have overslept a little bit.
No, I mean, we are busy running around saving every single one of the nations one by one. Because all of the Archons are incompetent. Well, okay, that's not technically true. Physically, they're perfectly capable of doing their jobs. Emotionally, eh. Sad the alcoholic might be the best put together Archon we've met so far. I mean, we'll see what Kusanali is like when we do finally meet her.
Not at all. I arrived early.
If patterns hold true, I suspect there's going to be some issues. I mean, we've already seen hints of that with this whole Greater Lord, Lesser Lord thing. I mean, imagine being the sole god, guardian, protector of a place and they barely acknowledge your existence. That's sad.
Today is finally here. I must cherish every moment as if it were gold.
You've worked so hard for this day. You gotta enjoy it to the fullest.
You know it. Oh, it's just that, as expected, I had some trouble falling asleep last night. I'm hoping my body won't be too much of an issue today.
Well, I mean, worst case scenario, we get your bodyguard to carry you around. I don't think she'd mind.
Well, shall we? Let's start with the stalls over there. Many vendors came out of the blue to support the event, and they insisted on covering costs themselves. Let's go give them some business.
They paid for everything out of pocket? Oh, sounds like they're not in this just for the Mora.
They all said that contributing to a lively festival atmosphere is more important than money. Especially since we don't often get to celebrate Lesser Lord Kusanali's birthday.
Ooh, they're selling food over that way. Let's go.
This is a stall offering foods from the Haftmewa feast.
Oh, you could tell straight away. I thought most people nowadays wouldn't know.
Mushrooms, flowers, and all kind of fruit? It's all vegetarian stuff. Oh, Paimon's a little disappointed.
I'm not. I'm all about this. Let's give us spots for vegetarian meal options. 10 out of 10 approved.
So, what's the Haftmewa feast you mentioned just now?
It's another Sub-Zero's festival tradition. People used to set their tables with 7 different foods. Generally speaking, the most common selections were foods like Rikushava mushrooms, lunar lotuses, Sumera roses, sunsetias, capulatas, hara fruits, and zaytun peaches.
All of things we've seen and have a decent collection of by this point. Because Towers is a hoarder of shinies of all kinds.
So, the Sub-Zero festival is a vegetarian holiday?
Well, I mean, she's the Dendro Archon, which is plants. So yeah, I suspect there's going to be lots and lots of plants involved. I mean, serving steaks at the plant festival seems like a very silly thing to me.
You don't have to be a vegetarian to enjoy the spread. We just use the 7 foods to symbolize the 7 virtues of the Dendro Archon.
Wait, but if that's the case, if Sumero uses vegetarian food to represent the Dendro Archon,
Which makes sense.
then wouldn't the Pyro Archon's festival be full of food like roasted fowl, juicy meatballs, grilled steak?
I mean, that logic does hold, I guess. but I don't think we're going to be meeting Pyro Archon for a while. I don't remember off the top of my head which. I know Shazai is ice. So I don't really remember. I don't really remember off the top of my head what the next, what the other two places are, what their Archons are. But I'm pretty sure we're going to be meeting Cryo last.
Oh, Traveler, we have to go to Natlon as soon as possible.
Thank you, Gabe, for reminding me. Okay. So Natlin is fire, and Fontaine is hydro. Okay.
I hope your wish comes true one day, Paimon.
You have no idea. I'm pretty sure we are destined for this.
Thanks. All right. How about we also check out some of these other stalls?
Well, I want to buy some of the vegetarian food. I have recipes for it.
Dear customers, would you like to try your hand at alchemical divination?
Ooh.
What's alchemical divination? Those two things sound like they'd be fun to try together.
Right? I thought the same when I first heard about it. It is said to be a mysterious craft invented by none other than Lesser Lord Kusanali herself.
Well, then we have to try this.
So, how does it work?
It's quite simple. After you give me any 2 alchemical reagents, I'll use them to perform a random transmutation.
Well, good thing my bag is full of a bunch of random garbage I found littering around the world.
Sure sounds random. So random that it will probably fail.
No, Paimon. I want to try it anyway.
That is precisely what we need. After the transmutation fails, your one and only diviner here will interpret the remnants.
For some reason I don't buy it. This entire thing's way too random. Yeah, maybe, but I want to try it anyway. I want to see something go boom. Because I have fun stuff in my bag. This entire thing is way too random. For some reason, I don't buy it. Too random.
Well, according to Lesser Lord Kusanali, everything is interconnected, and all that occurs can be traced back to fate. You could say this is a pearl of old wisdom.
Why does everything sound so much more credible when Dunyarzad says it? Are you guys working together?
I want to try this, genuinely, just to see what happens.
So that's the true wisdom behind it. This young lady sure knows her stuff. So, how about it? Want to give it a try?
Yes. Alright, I guess I can give it a go. Okay, so are we just picking random stuff? Okay. Well, let's see. What in my bag do I not care to use? Yeah, okay. This one? Yes. Nope, nope, wrong button, wrong button! I didn't mean to do that.
One moment. It's the moon.
Paimon wants to take a look too! Is it? It looks more like a pie that Paimon bit into.
This is giving me tea leaf reading vibes. I'm into it. Also interesting that we got the moon. If that is indeed what's happening, I wish we could see an image on screen. Because that would not be the first time Lumine has been associated with with moon imagery. For those of you who either don't remember the first cutscene or haven't seen it or haven't played this game, Lumine's original sword that she had before getting her butt kicked by the unknown god and getting split off from her brother was this golden sword that had a hilt, I think is the proper term for this, shaped like a crescent moon. Which, judging from Paimon's comment here, is probably the same kind of shape they're discussing right now. So, I mean, I'd have to check the dialogue to see if Aether's if it's different for Aether, but interesting is what I'll call it.
Generally speaking, the moon signifies... It means... Wait a moment.
Is he really looking it up in a book?
He's a scholar. Also, it's probably similar to tarot card reading in that regard. And I'll be honest, I need to consult the book too whenever I try to look it up. Yes, I have tarot cards and a tarot card reading book. Look, I have hobbies, okay? And research.
Oh, I remember now. It means illusions and lies.
Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. To explain, again, in case for those of us who may have missed certain things or weren't or haven't seen certain cutscenes, when we reunite with Aether that one time when we actually Lumine and Aether are in a room face to face, he calls her by Lumine. He doesn't call her by whatever name you typed in, unless you typed in Lumine because you're that person. Which, hey, you're good if you are. Yeah. So we've been living under a fake name. Just fun fact. Just fun facts. So you could say that we have been lying to everyone we've ever met. At least everyone who we've ever told her name is, in this case, Serafina, or whatever else you typed in for your traveler's name. Illusions I'm not sure about, but lies, definitely have told a few of those. And some of them have been harmless, and some of them have been for at least an okay cause, but generally speaking, Lumine lies a lot, or a traveler lies a lot.
Illusions and lies? That sounds rather ominous.
Well, there's a lot of ominous things going on around us that you don't know about.
Yes, but this book says that if you trust your intuition and overcome your fears, the sun will surely rise.
Our fear of the abyss, perhaps? Or our fear of getting that reunion we want so badly? Or trusting in our intuition that brother is not bad or evil, actually, that there is, in fact, something else going on. I mean, there could be. We have no idea what's going on with Aether. So.
He's not even trying to hide his book anymore.
Naturally, fate will only ever show you the beginning of a journey. It is up to you to forge your own ending. Oh, thank you so much. I'll keep that in mind.
Interesting.
Oh, it's nothing. I'm just learning as I go.
Guess that was still pretty interesting. Okay, on to the next stop.
Onwards.
They say the Sub-Zerus festival was very lively a long, long time ago. Large flower carriages used to parade through the city. As they headed towards Port Ormos, people would throw flowers, candy, and liquor all along the way.
Dunyarzad's eyes are sparkling right now.
I wish I could have seen that spectacle. But if you ask me, I'm sure Nilou's dance of Sub-Zerus will be just as impressive.
I hope so. I hope it'll be fun. We've had at least one pretty good cutscene in this expansion so far, so... Oh, aha.
Attention! Soldiers, fall into formation if you want any Yalda candies.
It's a weird guy with a weird hat.
As long as everybody's happy.
Hey, it's Dunyarzad! Wow!
Miss Dunyarzad, the children love you even more than the Yalda candies. In the few short days it took to prepare for the Sub-Zerus festival, the children have all grown very fond of you.
The Hallowed Knight of Flowers. It's an honor that you know my name.
Attention! In the name of Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, I commend you on your contributions to the glorious Sub-Zerus festival. All right, little soldiers. Take your Yalda candies and don't forget your loyalty to Lesser Lord Kusanali. Dismissed!
Yes, Knight Ferris!
Cute. Very cute.
Just what is going on here?
I have no idea, but everybody seems happy, so let's just leave them be.
Ferris, the Night of Flowers, is another Sabzeruz festival icon, and one immensely popular with children. In the past, the actor portraying Ferris would also sit on a flower carriage.
Aw, that's cute.
It's all thanks to Miss Dunyarzad's sponsorship that the children can make such wonderful memories today.
As are we to you, Vihar.
Oh, not at all. Oh, speaking of tradition, do you want some Yalda candies? They're a festival staple, and I happen to have some boxes readied here. Take a look and pick whichever one you want.
Whichever one. Don't these boxes all look the same?
I want the blue one.
That is the fun part. Each box contains a random flavor. It's up to the luck of the draw. Flavors include lavender melon, hara fruit, sunsetia.
Ooh, those all sound pretty good.
Are there gross flavors too? Please tell me there's gross flavors too.
And there's also lizard tail and oni kabuto.
Yes.
Huh? What's up with those two flavors?
Oni Kabuto is a little spicier than Lizard Tail.
Dunyarzad, you tried them before? Traveler, help Paimon pick one. Paimon wants the Sunsetia flavor.
I doubt I'll be able to get the exact flavor you want. Don't blame me if I choose the wrong one.
It's alright. Paimon believes in you.
I also believe in your intuition.
Oh, great. Let's hope my intuition doesn't get anybody hurt.
Great.
Ever.
These boxes of candy are numbered 1 to 5 from left to right. Which one do you want?
Blue one. I want the blue one. 2? I think 2 is the one I want. 2. What? No, let me give it a little thought. 3? Well, I'm thoroughly confused on this numbering system. Okay, so it's... give it more thought. I'm determined to get this. Okay, it's the first one. Lucky's family. This one.
Attention! That's unfortunately lizard tail.
Perfect!
Paimon thought you survived so many epic battles because you had incredible luck. But looks like Paimon was wrong.
The Sunsetia flavored candy was in box number 4. How about this? The most important thing is that everyone has a good time at the festival. So please, take both boxes.
Really? Thanks a lot, Knight of Candies.
Close enough to his actual title, I guess.
It's Night of Flowers, not Night of Candies.
I don't think she knows the difference between those two things right now, buddy.
Paimon really wilted the carriageless Night of Flowers.
They all basically sound the same. We got our candy, so let's keep going.
Oh, actually, I just remembered that I left something behind. Since you're here, can you come with me to get it?
Not a problem.
Dunyarzad, you probably forgot because you're so excited about the Sabzeruz festival.
How embarrassing.
Getting excited for something you've worked hard for is not embarrassing.
We're too late. Who knew the little lady was such an early riser?
Oh, it's this.
I know, right? Hey, wait a minute. Boss, isn't that her?
Oh, that most certainly is. We're in luck. She's walking right into our clutches.
I think you're being unreasonable.
Those Eremites don't look like they're up to any good.
Who are you? I don't believe the Homayanis hired you.
That's right. We haven't received any of their Mora, but I wonder how much the Humayanis would shell out to get you back.
And this is why she has a bodyguard.
They're a gang of kidnappers! Traveler, hurry and protect Dunyarzad!
We'll be fine. Professional here, ready to go.
Hey, did you scumbags even consider that the Homayanis might have hired a merc that outclasses you?
Your friend!
Dia! Dia the Flame Maiden! No wonder we mercs haven't heard anything about you for so long. You sold your unruly mane to the highest bidder.
Don't speak so disrespectfully. My family started working with her as gratitude for her past kindness to us.
I don't think that's something you should be saying.
Don't worry about it, my lady. Just some friendly banter between mercs. One punch and those rabid dogs will expose themselves for what they really are.
Aren't your claws all dull by now? Don't get too cocky!
Aw, you think some numbers are gonna help?
Traveler,
That's cute.
take Miss Dunyarzad to a safe location.
Okay.
No, we're gonna stay and help. There's too many of them.
Can't guarantee anyone's safety here. Dea's safety. Dea's top priority is her employer's safety.
You're right. All right, fine.
Please be careful, Dia.
Dia.
Don't waste your time worrying about me. This is my job. Look out for yourself. After I've wiped the floor with them, I'll go find you all.
Do we get to run around his hair for a quick second? Because that would be fun. Please? Probably not. Okay, where's Escape? Escape. That wasn't so bad. Nope. There it is.
Dunyarzad, are you okay? You look a little pale. Are you in shock?
I think we need to take her back to
I'm
the...
fine. My body always reacts like this whenever I exert myself too much.
I think it's time to take her to bed. Like, I think she needs to go lay down for a bit.
You sure you're okay?
I don't think she is.
I'll be fine after some rest. I'm more worried about Dia. After all, none of this would have happened if I hadn't insisted on coming out today.
Don't worry, she's tough. She's protecting you because she agrees with you.
Yeah, don't worry.
My lady, Traveler, found ya.
Yeah, 5-on-1 odds don't matter when the one has magical fire powers and the other 4 have no powers at all. So, just quality over quantity.
Dia, you took care of them so fast.
Any more of them? Or rather, did anyone follow you?
No, I just checked.
Dia, your arm.
Aw.
Oh, this? I'm fine. It's just a scratch. Normally, they wouldn't have been able to land a hit on me at all, but I'm still getting used to this new greatsword.
Okay.
Please, let me take a closer look.
Come on, it's nothing. Us mercs aren't as fragile as you think.
But she's worried about you because you're her friend. Paid bodyguard or not.
Hold on, you said something about a new greatsword. What happened to the one you were using before?
About that. Well, I sold it, because I was low on Mora. Stuff like this happens every now and then.
It can't be. The anonymous donation that was used for the venue's final round of preparations?
Aww.
Hey, Miss Dunyarzad, I wasn't trying to make you cry, and I'm not gonna lose my commission because I made my employer cry, am I?
This is so sweet.
Okay, making your employer cry won't affect your commission, but selling your weapon without permission and getting hurt? I'll have to reevaluate your performance.
Oh, this is sweet and adorable. This is cute. This is the stuff Genshin is best at. This is why I like this game.
You're so unreasonable, my lady.
I really hope that if Dea becomes like a proper character, like a character who gets like a quest and stuff. We get to hang out with these two more because this is sweet. I am all about this dynamic, to be honest.
Thank you very much, Dia.
Don't be like that. I get embarrassed really easily.
Keep it up and you're getting hugs. Although maybe we should take her back to her room.
Are you feeling unwell again, Dunyarzad?
Again, the expression on Lumine's face was wonderful. Queen of facial expressions.
My lady, your condition. Traveler, can you take her somewhere to rest? I'll look around the area to make sure we're safe from an ambush.
No problem. Leave it to me.
Truly, I'm sorry for the trouble, everyone.
'Tis no trouble at all. We'll get you sitting down somewhere, maybe get you like a cold drink or something. Or a warm drink. I mean, I don't fully know what's wrong with her, so it's hard to be sure what would be more helpful. But they should have tea here.
Are you feeling better, Dunyarzad?
Based off my research.
Yes, much better. Just give me a few moments and I'll be good to go.
Daya's expression just now, when she mentioned your condition. Just how serious is your illness? Well, considering she's had it most of her life, well, from the sounds of it, I mean, we're not entirely sure how old she was in that flashback and how old she is now, but it's probably safe to assume it's something that can't be cured and will probably continue to get worse as she ages. So, I would suspect she probably doesn't have the lifespan of an average person in this world.
I didn't realize you were concerned about it. I guess I shouldn't continue to keep it a secret.
Well, you're not exactly doing a good job of keeping it a secret. It's pretty obvious that you're not, that something's wrong.
I was actually born with Elazar. It's terminal now.
Okay. 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 That's interesting. Very interesting. Yeah. We're gonna have to cure this, aren't we? That's gonna be our goal here. The thing we do here, huh? Is cure this. Yeah. 'Cause she's not the first friend we've made who has this condition. She would be the second, with Kalei being the first. I mean, and they've made it pretty clear that this and Tree we saw in Vision are connected, which means it's also probably connected to the glowy red thing that we found last time. So, yeah, we're gonna have to get our hands on that. I bet whatever that thing actually is, because I don't think it's like the soul of the Scarlet King or whatever. I think it's gonna be something else. And I think getting it back, or we could probably do something with it and cure this, I think. Or treat it in some capacity. Because I don't think they'd introduce something with those kind of connections unless they intended for us to be able to do something about it. Like, that's... Too many things are connected for it to not be a thing. So my question is this actually a illness, or is this more of a curse that sprouts up in certain members of the population, either by random or through specific circumstances?
Can't believe it's Elazar.
Again, with the facial expression on the name. What's interesting to me is, at least from the way they've modeled this, from this angle, it looks like dragon scales to me, which is interesting. So I'm wondering if it is perhaps exposure to some kind of energy that the body can't handle exposure to, perhaps, if that makes sense. Like, remember when Joe was like, you can't see near me, interacting with my karma, and a dactyl energy could do weird things to you. Like, I wonder if it's a similar concept with a more extreme outcome.
Oh, you've already heard of Elazar. In that case, you probably know about its severity.
Yeah, those look like dragon scales, like some kind of lizard hide, perhaps. That's interesting. Although, we're in a jungle, and you're also connected to a desert from what I know. Which makes me also think of snakes. Which is interesting connotations.
Sumeru's current medical advancements still haven't been able to find a cure. The disease's progression can only be delayed through environmental therapy.
Dunyarzad.
There's no need to be sad. I've always lived with Elazar, and I came to terms with it a long time ago. Compared to the simple fact that I'm afflicted with this, its effects on my life have been much more painful. I know that my family loves me dearly. They've done all they can to provide the best environment for me, so that I can live for that much longer. However, I know I will one day succumb to this. Did you know? Before I ran away from home this time, the world outside of my home didn't even know that I existed. Since I was a child, all I could do was sit on my bed and stare at everything outside of my window. I'm sure my family's worried and disappointed in me for running away, but I just didn't want to have any regrets. I wanted to meet other people. To me, there's nothing more beautiful than being able to meet and speak with others. Not to mention the incredible time spent preparing for the festival. The joy on everyone's faces here, and all the support I've received from friends like Dia. This way, when my final day does arrive, it will be less sorrowful. At the very least, many people will remember that I once existed in this world, right?
Yes, I will remember you.
As long as you don't forget Paimon, Paimon also won't forget about you. No, even if you forget Paimon, Paimon will still remember you.
We may never meet again, but we will never forget each other.
Thank you two so much. I apologize for the depressing conversation. This is out of character for me.
No.
To be honest, Lesser Lord Kusanali gave me the courage to do all of this. If it weren't for her encouragement, I wouldn't have taken that first step.
You're the one who has remained resolute in the face of your illness. You're already so strong for never giving up.
Thanks. There will always be frustrations in life, but I know that the point of living is not to leave behind any regrets.
Right. That's a wonderful mindset.
Oh, right. Isn't it almost time?
Probably.
Almost time for what?
Dancing!
Isn't the Dance of Sub-Zeros about to begin? It's the part of the festival that I've been looking forward to the most.
Yeah,
Nilu
let's go.
will recreate that legendary scene with her most splendid dancing. And the Sub-Zeros festival will conclude amid everyone's applause and blessings. And with that, my wish will also...
Aww. This is sweet.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's go to the stage.
Yes.
Yeah, we should still make it in time.
Yes. Which way? This way? This way. Please, I hope nothing goes wrong. I just have this moment. And then we can go having catastrophes later.
Were you not aware that the law prohibits this type of performance from taking place without prior permission?
Hey, Spin! Oh no. What is it? Are you talking Hogwarts or are you talking this? I know you're talking about the Digiturf. Okay, okay. That one's easier. Okay. Okay, we'll go from easiest to hardest. Michelangelo, Pixie. You're gonna be mad at me? What's the purple one's name? I'm blinking on this here. Donatello. Thank you. So Donatello would be Banshee. Raphael would probably be Salamander. Leonardo's probably a Kraken.
Over there! Someone's yelling at Milu!
I think I just saw the Academia's Grand Sage. Why is he here in person?
I can justify all those placements if you're curious. Well, I think he's here because he's a prick. He seems like a prick.
But the Dance of Sub-Zeros is one of the key parts of the Sub-Zeros Festival. If we can't perform it...
So, the key thing that makes someone a pixie for Michelangelo is emotional intelligence combined with a genuine earnestness to do things like have fun and see the other people around you happy. Those are like the key things that kind of identify them. So that's why he's there. Banshees are about knowledge and understanding the world around you. At least as far as that kind of stuff goes. So anyone who would be like an inventor type almost immediately falls in there. So that's why Donatello's in that. As I've spoken to you about before, salamanders are highly competitive, generally pretty hot-headed, so you could probably guess why that's a good pick for Raphael. And Krakens are people who tend to place a lot of weight and value on family and honor and responsibility, which I think is a very good fit for Mr. Leaderman. So, yeah.
The Sub-Zeros Festival. The law also prohibits the private hosting of large-scale religious festivals. Only the Academia can host such an event.
You were a prick. Dude, just let people have fun, man. And lady.
If you continue to resist, we will have to order an investigation into every single event organizer.
Rude.
The Grand Sage has already granted you much leniency. I advise that you exercise tact.
Oh, yeah. I have a sword. I will use it.
How did things turn out like this?
The Academia was originally responsible for the Sub-Zeros Festival, but they failed this responsibility for many years. I need to speak with them.
Don't go. They have the final say in all of this. If we force their hands too much, the situation may get ugly.
This is a hard pill to swallow, but you're right. Things would only get worse.
Missing out on a dance is not great, but it's better than everybody getting arrested.
Art. Dance. Aren't you ashamed of pursuing such frivolous and meaningless activities in this land of knowledge and reason?
Piss off! Piss right off. No. Okay? First of all, no. Art and dance are not meaningless. Cultural festivals are not meaningless. It's stupid. You're an idiot. No. Boy, I hope we get to kick his butt later. Or at the very least get to dethrone him. Please? I'd be happy to see this guy get removed from power. I hate you.
Our Archon created the utopia that is Sumeru City for all scholars who sought validity, verity, and truth, while people like you wish to defile it.
You don't give a darn about your Archon. You only care about the dead girl. No, you could piss right off with that.
No. I believe that our Archon never rejected the arts. Even the goddess of flowers dedicated a dance to her.
Yeah, look, someone who thinks that kind of stuff is meaningless doesn't try everything in their power to bring back an extinct flower. Granted, she failed in that attempt, but I think that alone should say something. So you could piss right off.
With your lack of intellectual credentials, I do not believe you are qualified to debate with me. What you should be doing is finding workers to tear down this ridiculous eyesore.
Boy, is he lucky we don't have Pyro Traveler, because I would be setting him on fire.
When we return, have the scribe draft an ordinance before the next Nyargarbaha Day that prohibits public art performances. We will announce it to the public later via the Akasha.
Wow. That's... I hate you. I despise you.
Understood. I will inform him when I return.
I hate both of you. Very strongly.
The Sub-Zeru's festival. Go celebrate the birth of that god to your heart's content.
She's your god too. So, piss off.
Nilou, are you okay?
Oh, Dunyarzad. You all saw that just now? The Grand Sage ordered us to stop the performance.
Yeah.
Let's go somewhere the Academia can't find us and perform there. But how do we let everyone know? And what about the atmosphere on the stage?
We know some people who might be able to help with that.
Or we could get people to block them off so they can't interrupt the performance. No. They just threatened to investigate the organizers. If we were caught...
Nilou, it's all right. Don't worry about it.
You know, for someone who worships the god of wisdom, he seems to be about as wise as a bag of bricks.
But you've been looking forward to the Dance of Sub-Zero so much. And I know how important this festival is to you. I don't want you to have any regrets.
It's okay. Seeing you care this much about my feelings is more than enough. It would be too risky to continue the Sub-Zero's festival at this point. I don't want to get everyone in trouble.
If you say so. But you can sneak out for the next Sub-Zero's festival, right? We'll make sure the next one is a smashing success.
That's assuming she lives that long.
The next one.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. It's a promise. It will be a smashing success.
She's not going to be able to go, is she? She's not expecting to live that long. That's why she was doing all of this, because she knew this would be her last chance.
I can't believe this is how things turned out. Those heartless geezers.
Is there anything else we can do? Should we try to think of another way?
It really is okay. There's nothing we can do about it. Still, I'd be lying if I said I had no regrets. I would have loved to see Nilou's dance.
We're gonna make this happen. I don't know how, but we're gonna make this happen. And then if this involves us having to stab some old people, oh well.
A lot happened today. It's a shame the festival ended the way it did. Nilou and Dunyarzad promised to make the next Sub-Zero's festival a success, but Dunyarzad is running out of time.
I'm sure she knows that very well. This may be a regret that can never be resolved. No, we're gonna figure this out. We're gonna make this happen. We're making this happen. I don't know how, but we are making this happen.
Yeah.
construct the most stable framework possible. The project has entered its most critical phase. Power has begun to flow from...
We're gonna be late! It's all because you wouldn't get out of bed! We should go meet Dinyarzad right away!
What? But why? Why are we meeting up with her again? Oh no. Are we? Did I miss something? There she is again.
Good morning, Dinyarzad. Sorry we're late.
Late for what?
Not at all. I arrived early.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Either they've gotten very lazy with their writing or we're in a time loop.
You seem kinda tired. Did you not get enough sleep?
I'm doing well. There's no need to worry. Shall we go? Let's start with the stalls over there.
Oh no.
Sure. Traveler? Why are you just standing there? Let's get going.
Time shenanigans! Time shenanigans! I'm all about this. Yes, I am here for this. We are making this happen. Yes. Did Kusanali do this?
Ooh, they're selling food over that way. Let's go take a look.
Did Kusanali do this? Because she was like, nah. Nah, the sick girl's gonna get to enjoy her dance on my birthday. I'm the Archon, I do what I want. Time loop. I'm all for this. Yes. Yes.
This is a stall offering foods from the Haftmewa feast.
You are quite well informed, miss. I thought most people nowadays wouldn't know.
We know. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm so excited.
Plants! Oh, Paimon's a little disappointed. Actually, what is the Haftmewa feast you mentioned just now?
It's one of the Sub-Zerus festival's traditions. People used to set their tables with 7 different foods to symbolize the 7 virtues of the Dendro Archon.
Wait. Starting from just now, something feels really familiar. Time shenanigans. Oh, I'm all about this. I'm here for this. Towers loves time shenanigans. Writing them is a pain, but they're fun.
These appear to be in the form of the moon.
Really? Paimon thought it looked like some kind of food.
The moon signifies...
Lies and illusions.
It's escaping me for
We
now.
need to use our intuition to get the sunrise or whatever.
Is he really looking it up in a book?
Oh, right. It means illusions and lies. But if you trust your intuition and overcome your fears, the sun will surely rise.
I feel like I've heard this before. Is this deja vu?
Understood. I'll keep that in mind.
Oh, it's nothing. I'm just learning as I go.
Guess that was still pretty interesting. Okay, on to the next stall.
No, what we should do is we should go to the dance menu right now and have the dance early. That's what we should be doing. Before old man gets there.
So, where to next?
I'm so happy about this. I was not expecting them to do this. This is I'm genuinely delighted. This is a genuine excitement looks like on my face. And then we get candies. So let's get Paimon the candy she wanted. Just to see what happens. This is so exciting.
All right, soldiers. Now that you have your Yalda candies, Don't forget your loyalty to Lesser Lord Kusanali. Dismissed.
Yes,
Knight
Darius!
Adorable.
What's going on? Is this a play?
Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, is another Sub-Zerus festival icon and one immensely popular with children.
It's all thanks to Miss Dunyarzad's sponsorship that the children can meet the Knight of Flowers. Oh, do you want some Yalda candies? I happen to have some boxes readied here. Take a look and pick whichever one you want.
What's to pick? Don't these boxes all look the same?
It's not that simple. Each box contains a random flavor. It's up to the luck of the draw. Flavors include lavender melon, hara fruit, sunsetia.
Ooh, how interesting.
And there's also lizard tail and oni kabuto.
Oh, why do those flavors even exist?
That's what makes games like that fun, though.
Traveler, help Paimon pick one. Paimon wants to eat the Sunsetia flavor.
Only because you're cool.
These boxes of candy are numbered 1 to 5 from...
Definitely number 4.
Ah, excellently chosen. Number 4 is indeed Sunsetia.
Paimon bet you had incredible luck, and Paimon was right!
That's why they did that. I was like, that seems like a very strange thing to do, to tell us specifically which one had the box that Paimon wanted. But they're like, no, we're doing something with this. And I'm just like, oh, I see. I see what we're doing. I am so happy about this. This is great. I don't think that was luck just now. Oh no. I don't know why, but I knew it must have been number 4. Okay, so she doesn't fully remember that the whole time loop thing. Oh, this is great. This is making me very happy.
Huh? How's that possible? It's obviously random.
Why do I keep having this sense of deja vu? What a strange feeling.
Maybe we didn't sleep very well last night. Or maybe we slept too much.
Or last night was last night at all. I'm sorry, Dunyarzad, but I need to leave for a moment. I will be right back. Do not get kidnapped, okay?
Oh, sure.
Do not get kidnapped. Don't go anywhere. Daya's probably got this.
Where are you going? You're just gonna walk off like that?
We have something we need to investigate. Ooh, I got an achievement. Gimme. Pick this Sunsetia flavored box of candy by yourself. I don't know if it's really true, but sure. I mean, if they want to give me boom jabs, I'll take them. Actually, speaking of, I should probably take a quick check. I don't think I have enough, because I wished earlier, but yeah, I need, yeah, that's what I thought I'd see. Okay. Yeah, there's something screwy. I love this. Where are you going in here? Come on. That's the plan. That's the plan. Towers loves time loop stories, by the way. Just, I can't write sci-fi. I have tried. It's just not for me. But I love time loop stories. I think they're great. I love time travel and time shenanigans. I am loving this already.
A feeling of deja vu? Oh, Paimon knows what that is. It's when you feel like you've already experienced whatever is going on.
The question, though, is who was powerful enough to throw us into a time loop without anybody noticing? Because clearly somebody did this to us. We just don't know who. Although, judging from the voice, my first instinct is maybe, perhaps, old man? That seems very strange to me. Like, what motive would he have to do that? I mean, my first instinct is maybe Kusanali is involved. But Kusanali is a girl, as we've been told. And that was a very masculine voice in the that was talking before this happened. So,
In that case, Paimon also felt something like that today. But that's just our brains playing tricks on us, isn't it?
you'd be surprised.
So, why'd you run here in such a hurry?
I want to do something I normally never would. I want to see if I can get rid of this deja vu.
So that's it. You're intentionally doing things you usually wouldn't and seeing if you still get that same feeling of deja vu.
Welcome, you two. Are you here for lunch? What would you like to eat?
One coconut charcoal cake, please. One death cake, more like. I mean, I don't know what these things are actually made of, but judging from the name, this thing would probably kill me. Or at the very least have a high likelihood of sending me to the hospital. But I don't think Traveler has to worry about something as petty as a food allergy.
Got it. You don't look like you're from these parts, but I gotta say, you got good taste. I'll give this order to the kitchen.
That's also a reference to an earlier line of dialogue where we saw one of those, and both Paimon and Lumine were like, I don't think I'll try one of those. So this is part of her, we're gonna do stuff we don't do at all just to see what's might be going on here.
Coconut charcoal cake? Isn't it that burned thing that didn't look tasty at all? Oh,
Correct.
Paimon understands what you're trying to do now. You'd never normally order something like this.
If we are stuck in some kind of time loop thing, if there is something bad going on, then we probably do need to break it sooner rather than later. So figuring out what its limits are, what's going on with it, is probably a good way. Also, points to Lumine for figuring out that something fishy was going on pretty quickly. I will say this, when they have stories like this and they're like, we're going to draw this out by making them have to go through 3 or 4 different loops before they figure out what's going on, is a little bit infuriating, but Lumine figuring it out pretty quickly is good. So we can get right into the shenanigans. Yeah, death and poison.
That thing? Are you really gonna eat it?
This would absolutely kill me. Well, I mean, okay, to be fair, I had a little bit of coconut water one time and I basically gave myself food poisoning for 2 days. So I'm pretty sure, like, actually taking a bite of coconut would have much more severe consequences.
Isn't this going a bit too far?
Here goes. Really glad I have a recipe for tea now.
How was it? The look on your face is telling Paimon that it tasted awful.
No, it actually tasted really good.
Then, you mean...
This flavor. I've definitely eaten this before.
That's impossible! We were just talking about how gross it looked! So, would this be a case of taste bud deja vu?
Oh, look at those angry eyebrows. I have to step away for a brief moment. I will be right back. I am back. And it's not that I hate coconut, it's that I'm allergic and that trying some would probably kill me. Or at the very least send me to the hospital. And there's no cake in the world that's worth risking a hospital trip for. I'm sorry. So if you like coconut, that's fine. But I'm going to continue to refer to it as poison on this channel. So if that bothers you, I'm sorry. I couldn't get rid of it after all. Looks like I tried this before.
Paimon also gets the impression that we've been here many times, even though we are regulars.
There were off-screen loops. Oh, this is great. Is this gonna be the loop where we just... Oh, I'm all for this.
How about we go out again and try something else?
Yeah, but Spin, you have an unhealthy addiction to sugar. Yes, you do. Yes, you do, Spin. You are not in control. You are not in control. People in control don't consider half the stuff you consider. So... Aw, Spin.
Dinnerzad is sitting by herself on that bench over there.
Yeah, that's called proving my point, Spin. Yes, he's probably recovering after being nearly kidnapped. Again, you're proving my point, Spin.
What a coincidence,
You're proving my point.
Dinnerzad. We meet again. Why are you sitting here all by yourself?
What about this couldn't you do? Could you stop if you wanted to? Could you? Could you live without soda for a while? Because I feel like you'd go crazy by like day 2.
Oh, I ran into some kidnappers just now, but thankfully Dia came to my rescue. I started to feel unwell after that, so I sat down here.
That's fair. We don't have any, we almost never have any soda in this house. I mean, sometimes we do, but usually not. I don't think leaving the house to get the soda means anything. You can also just not order soda when you go out to eat.
Kidnappers? Oh my goodness, are you hurt?
I just so that we're clear on this, Spin. Just so we're clear on this. You're allowed to eat and drink whatever you want. You are. We're fine. I'm just poking fun at you because that's how my household shares affection. Yeah, we're good. I just want to make sure we're both on the same page. So that when I say things like... when was the last time I had a soda? Like 3 weeks ago? Yeah, like 3 weeks ago.
I'm okay. Dia's arm got scratched, but it isn't serious.
I mean, you're allowed to have that opinion, Spin, but it's not a fact. I usually get mine with tea. Unsweetened tea. Granted, I usually eat veggie burgers, so... And I don't think you do. Well, okay, yeah. It's not a fact, Spin.
Whew. That's a big relief. But, Dunyarzad, you seem a little down today. It's the Sub-Zero's festival, and you've been looking forward to it so much.
Not at all. I've always been like this. Excessive physical exertion or strong emotions tend to aggravate my illness.
Interesting that she's adding that emotions also affect this condition, this Elazar stuff. Yeah. I'm convinced it's more curse than disease, and that's why they can't cure it.
Besides, no matter how amazing today may be, it is but a single day. After however many more days, my time will come to an end.
Paimon doesn't quite follow you, and Paimon feels like something's really got you down right now.
She's sad because she has a terminal illness, and this may be her last chance to experience this particular holiday. And it's gonna get ruined by some old geezers being mean and rude. She has a terminal condition that I'm convinced is more curse than illness, personally, but that's why she's sad, because she knows she's dying, and that her time on this planet is not very long. Like, she suspects she has less than a year to live, with the condition that she's had since she was fairly young. Well, I mean, I think they're born with it. I would do that, but I have places to go, and I'm pretty sure we might be able to cure it. I think, because I already got into this, but I don't think you were here for that. But her condition is connected to a tree that we saw in our visions that gave us like a message, or at least part of a message, that we also heard from some crystal thingy that made people go crazy when they touch it. So I think all three of those things are connected to each other, and we have something to do, and we could probably do something with it that maybe might break or solve or fix. Because this condition is said to be the result of an illness on magical tree that we've already seen. So I bet if we go to the magical tree, we could fix it, or help fix it, or help Kusanali fix it. I mean, kinda. It is a magical object that has to be managed very carefully. You joke, Spin, but I mean, there could be things living in there. We don't know. We only got a brief glimpse of it. Certainly big enough to be home for things. I mean, I'd like that. I'm sure they would be just as cute in 3D as they were in 2D. Little Muppet creatures. We're gonna fall face first into a Jim Henson show. Yeah. Well, 101. Like Dalmatians. Puppies. I'm so sorry for leaving you behind earlier.
It really is fine. I don't mind.
I mind. Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary?
Huh? Did something happen?
Yes, something has happened.
Dunyarzad, have you ever felt deja vu? You know, like when you've already experienced something that's happening right now?
Deja vu? No. But my days have been the same for years now. Even if I were feeling deja vu, I suppose I would already be used to it.
Oh, Paimon sees. Then, is it only the two of us?
Because we're special. Because I'm an alien, and you're a weird floating creature. Or we're the center of the loop, making us the only ones who are technically looping. Although that does, again, we have to ask the question of who caused the loop, why, and how do we break it?
It's almost time.
Huh? Time for what?
Nilou's Dance of Sub-Zeros is about to begin. Let's go.
And we're gonna get just in time for the root geezers, who I still want to stab. Maybe stabbing them will break the loop. Actually, I bet the thing we have to do to break the loop is to get Nilu to dance. And I'm all for that. Tower supports the arts in all capacities. And here we are again. Okay, so I have a question.
With your lack of intellectual credentials, I do not believe you are qualified to debate with me. What you should be doing is finding workers to tear down this ridiculous eyesore.
That's all. Okay, so I have a question. Are we passing out, or are they just doing a time skip to the more important events? Because it could be part of whatever's going on. I mean, I don't know. I honestly have no idea. If they are just doing time skips, then that's probably fine. Probably the best. Don't want the gimmick to get too stale by the time we solve it.
When we return, have the scribe draft an ordinance before the next Nyargarbaha Day that prohibits public art performances. We will publicly announce it later through the Akasha.
Understood. I will inform him when I return.
The Sub-Zero's festival. Go celebrate the birth of that god to your heart's content.
Blech. What a rude man. Hugs. Hug friend.
Miru, are you okay?
Oh, Dunyarzad. The Grand Sage ordered us to stop the performance.
Because he's a prick.
It's okay. There's nothing we can do about it.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. We're not breaking this time loop until we get to see her dance at least once. Although I'm pretty sure that getting her to be able to dance is what's going to break the loop in the first place. But we're going to figure this out.
But you've been really looking forward to this. I don't want you to have any regrets.
It truly is unfortunate, but I don't want to cause trouble for anyone. Didn't the Grand Sage say that he might investigate the organizers?
True, but... Well, okay. I'll just have to try again next year.
The next festival. I probably won't be around by then.
Yeah.
Wait, what did you just say?
No, nothing. I'll be heading back to rest. Thank you for your help, everyone.
And the loop restarts.
I can't believe what those heartless geezers did!
It's a real shame. For some reason, I felt like this outcome was inevitable.
Did Dunyarzad already go back? We should also return and get some
That's
sleep.
because we're in a new region spin, so all the characters are still fairly new. Like, I mean, we kinda do. You wanna see it?
So, in the end, you still couldn't figure out what that deja vu feeling was all about?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it really was because of exhaustion.
I'm feeling pretty groggy. I hadn't thought about it, but my head does feel very heavy.
Same here. That's why Paimon stopped thinking about it halfway through the day.
I wonder if that's the trick to keep us locked in here.
Then, how about we settle in and get a good night's sleep? For now, we can chop things up to exhaustion. We can do more thinking tomorrow.
I saw that screen. I saw that game. I saw that.
Observing a modest drop in the output of Guiana energy, but values still remain within normal parameters.
Yeah, that's the Grand Sage talking. That's the same dude, I think.
Continue to monitor the variances in the data and find the cause as soon as possible.
Yeah. That's old man talking. Got it. So...
Why does Paimon feel so tired after so much sleep? Anyway, we should go meet Dunyarzad right away.
Actually, I think we should go do something else. Okay, as soon as we get out of cutscenes. Okay, cool. Okay. Character archive. See, we has a little... These are all the characters. Look at his fluffy ears. Adorable. Yes, he's cute. There's a lot of them. There's a bunch. Well, we've had 4 regions by now, and each one gives you a bunch of characters. Well, I mean, we only have 2 for this region right now. It's these 2. The first intro characters in the game, I haven't pulled up his banner, so I'm probably not going to get him, and that's fine. Hang on, I don't know how many there are. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 52. There's 52. Just enough to have a deck of cards.
Tactics, I'm always ready.
Shush. There's 52 characters, which is just enough for a deck of cards. Well, regular deck of cards. Not a deck of tarot cards, though. And each one has, like, different weapons and elements. Yeah. I know, and they each have dialogue and personalities and a quest line. And you could do the quest lines for them even if you haven't gotten a character, which I appreciate. So you could still do, like, go hang out with someone even if you don't have them. Which is good considering how some of the banners work in this game. But I mean, it's a big, huge world, so they filled it with lots of interesting people. What's interesting to me is that sometimes when you're off doing side quests, one of those characters will just appear, like it'd be part of the side quest, which is something I think is really, really neat and good for world building. Like, I was doing one quest for this random tea house to help repair a stage, and then the opera singer character just popped up. And decided to help us out with that. And I thought that was very neat. There's lots of neat things in Genshin. You know, and yeah, there's still a couple of things I take issue with. But for the most part, it's a pretty fun overall experience. Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm running errands for a publishing house, and then suddenly the friend who's a big avid reader pops up, and it's just like, oh yeah, I know that author that you need to deliver a letter to. I'll go introduce you. And I think that's fun. I think that helps keep the world feeling more alive, which they need to, because it's only just you walking around the world most of the time. I mean, yeah, there's co-op, but a vast majority of stuff will just be you. Just lonesome traveler all by themselves. And for the record, you can switch out Traveler for one of the other characters if you want to. I just don't want to. I like maining Traveler, because I think she's neat. Also, I like her Dendro build is very fun. I like the amount of AoE she gets, because it's hard to have sword AoE.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Not at all. I arrived early.
You sound more tired.
Huh? Paimon thinks you sound kinda tired. Did you not get enough sleep?
I don't think she's getting any sleep.
I'm doing well. There's no need to worry. Shall we go? Let's start with the stalls over there.
Great idea! Let's get going! Traveler?
This feels all too familiar. What a strong sense of deja vu. Time loop.
It's all thanks to Miss Dunyarzad's sponsorship that the children can enjoy the Sub-Zero's festival. Oh, are you interested in Yalda candies? I have some boxes of candy here. Pick whichever one you want.
Not much of a choice. All these boxes look the same.
It's not that simple. Each box contains a random flavor. It's up to the luck of the draw. Flavors include lavender melon, hara fruit, sunsetia.
They all sound pretty tasty.
And there's also lizard tail and oni kabuto.
Huh? What were those last two? She'll help me choose. Paimon wants to eat the Sunsetia flavor.
No problem. These boxes of candy are numbered 1 to 5 from left to right. Which one do you want?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think Louine's getting a little tired of this nonsense. And I, for one, agree.
Oh, I like your confidence. No hesitation at all. Oh, congratulations! Number 4 is indeed Sunsetia.
Paimon knew she always had incredible luck.
Number 1 is lizard tail. Number 2 is hara fruit. Number 3 is lavender melon. Number 5 is avocado. Yeah.
Paimon's not really interested in the other flavors.
Louine's getting tired of this nonsense.
Oh! Wait. How did you know? Don't tell me that you already knew which flavor was in each box.
Because I'm special.
What? She was right about all of them?
That couldn't have been luck. How is this possible? I packed all those boxes this morning and they've been sealed ever since. You couldn't have known beforehand. Mind reading? X-ray vision? Or some kind of magic trick? This is way too freaky.
Yeah.
Tell us what's going on. Since when did you get superpowers?
You know... Just now, that was... Is that her? Is that her? I'm pretty sure that was her, right? I mean, she might have a source code. We don't know. Who knows what's going on with Lamine? Just now, that was...
Hey, where are you going?
I was right. I was right. I bet that's her. Bet that was her. Dendro Archon! Where did you go?
Did you see something? Us leaving Dunyarzad without letting her know is kind of rude, you know.
I think she will forgive us for ditching her for the Archon. Especially if we introduce them. Dendro Archon. I see you. I see you. There she is. Follow her. Did you do this? Get back here. Where did you go? Where did you go? There she is. Come here. Kusanali! Get back here. It's gotta be her. There's no way it's not. Get back here. Oh, where'd she go?
What are you looking for? Why did we come here?
Where did you go? Familiar figure, overwhelming sense of deja vu. There she is! There she is! Get back here! Over there! Get back here! There she is! We found her! After all this running around. Come on out, birthday girl! Oh yeah. Hello. Yep, she's got the two-tone hair. Yep. Yep. Hello, Dendro Archon. It's nice to finally meet you.
Look! That's
She was still with us just a moment ago.
What's happening here? Why are there 2 Dunyarzad's? You already
Lies and
know that this isn't your
illusions.
first Sub-Zero's festival, don't you?
She sounds adorable. Tiny child god. Huh? What?
I'm sure you already know how to use this.
Yes, we do. We know what these do.
A knowledge capsule? Where did you get it?
Why is this one
What's
yellow?
inside?
The others were green. Why is this one yellow?
You should use it too, Paimon. You know Paimon?
Let's use it together, Paimon.
Well, this seems kinda sketchy, but Paimon feels like this is what we should do.
Yeah.
What the?
Memories. So many days worth of memories.
This is our 20th time at the Sub-Zero's festival? No. The 30th? 40th? Just how many times have we been to the Sub-Zero's festival? Have we been trapped in a single day? If it weren't for you, we wouldn't have even realized.
So cute!
What the
Aww.
heck was inside that knowledge capsule?
Oh, look at the tiny child god. Aw, so cute.
Your memories are still scrambled? Try your best to remember. This isn't the first time we've met, and I answered that question a long time ago. Let Paimon think. Oh, it's coming back. Meeting you was the real catalyst for restoring our memories, and the knowledge capsule was just your means of showing our minds the way.
Yep.
What about everyone else? Why are you only helping the 2 of us?
Because we're special.
Your sense of deja vu is stronger than everyone else's, yes? As for an explanation, you 2 received the blessing of Dendro, and you also have special, sensitive constitutions.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it. Look at her. It's adorable. Like a little elf or something. I want to pat her on the head.
It was as if a single sheet of paper was separating those memories from your consciousness.
What's wrong with the juniors out over there?
A familiar question. I think this is the 7th time you asked that. As you can see, she isn't doing well. You probably sensed it too. The Dunyarzad you were just with is different from the first Dunyarzad you met.
Is time still passing for us even though we're in a loop? Is she getting sicker as we are in this?
That first Dunyarzad is in front of you right now, and she doesn't have a lot of time left.
No. What I need to do right now is break out of this cycle.
Looks like you're almost done sorting out your brain. Oh yeah, I'm Nahida.
Is that a cover? Is this a venti situation? Well, to be fair, the only Archon we've met who's introduced themselves as, the Archon was Raiden. So it certainly would be keeping with tradition for her to have a fake name. I know, you've introduced yourself before. Nahida, huh? I may still call her Kusadali every now and then, because that's clearly who she is. I mean, come on, you're fooling nobody. I've met the other Archons, I know the design tricks at this point. Like, everything about your design screams, I match the other Archons because I'm one of them. Yeah. Hello, plant god. I know, you've introduced yourself.
You passed the test. What's happening? You can awaken our memories, and you seem like you know what's going on. Oh, wait. Please don't tell Paimon even you don't know.
if you're talking about someone who has the source code, probably it's this little girl.
Everything in this world runs in a loop. This cycle is called the samsara. You, me, and everyone else are all stuck inside the one-day samsara. As for the truth, that's on you to find out. If you were told the truth instead of discovering it yourselves, it would literally blow your minds. I don't know how you'd be after that.
That's fine, Spin.
I can only give you surface-level help, like bits of information and subtle hints. For the rest of the time, I'll be doing all I can to slow down Dunyarzad's illness.
Okay.
She looks like she isn't doing well at all. Her illness gets worse after each Sub-Zero's festival.
Yeah, well, we're gonna break this cycle.
If we can break out of the samsara, I might be able to save her. But as things are right now, she's just a small bird in the sky that's about to lose its last feathers. All I can do is raise a gale to delay her fall.
Aww.
You sure love to use weird analogies.
I wonder if she picked up that analogy from somewhere. Like, say, if she met other Archons and they talked. I do kind of want to see all the Archons in a room talking to each other, just to see what would happen. Not that I suspect they get along very well, but I want to see it.
Analogies are wonderful tools. They let you use existing knowledge to understand unfamiliar things.
Yes. Yes, they are. Very, very useful devices.
Okay, so, with what you know so far, what do you think the truth is?
Let me collect my thoughts. When you enter a state of contemplation, you may choose any text entry to interpret it. This interpretation involves analysis of the text entry and may yield new entries. Once interpreted, you may submit that text as a conclusion. Some text entries can be associated with one another once interpreted. Select Associate to choose the other text entry, then select Trigger Association. Gain new text entries by performing accurate associations. If one of the text entries on the current page can be used as a conclusion, then select the entry before choosing Submit Conclusion.
What's happening right now seems to have happened before. This feeling has been getting stronger and stronger.
So,
We've already experienced the Sub-Zero's festival many times. And the day of the festival seems to be in a perpetual samsara.
she speaks. Associate.
That should be it. The flow of time is endlessly cycling within one single day. My mind feels exhausted, even though I haven't done too much thinking. What is going on? The moon, illusions, and lies. What do they all mean? Grand Sage said, go celebrate the birth of that god to your heart's content. Did he mean something more? That should be it.
Okay, so, with what you know so far, what do you think the truth is?
doesn't sound right.
We're in a
A
time.
time loop. You've given similarly wrong answers in the past. A pity.
Still the wrong answer? Paimon thought that made a lot of sense. It feels like time's just repeating itself.
A simple time loop can't explain some of the phenomena. You two are still missing a
Time is so passive, we just can't perceive it.
The Sub-Zero's festival is happening every day, but that doesn't mean we can waste an infinite amount of them.
Let's think about our current situation. To save Dunyarzad, we have to escape the samsara of the Sub-Zero's festival. And to do that, we need to figure out what's happening. The truth. Nahida rejected the idea of a time loop, so Paimon's memories say that we've already done this many times, but...
Hey, it's you guys again. Where's your cultured friend?
She's not feeling well.
She's feeling a little unwell.
Poor thing.
I see. Did you come back to buy something? I guarantee the freshness of my products. I harvested them from the forest just yesterday.
Have you felt anything strange lately? Do you ever feel like you're reliving the same day?
Huh? What brought this about? I hurried back from the forest yesterday, and I'm selling produce here today. I haven't felt anything strange.
To put it another way, if you...
What kind of philosophical nonsense is this? Are you two daydreaming?
I think we should buy some of his products to see if they're as fresh as they should be.
Didn't you know that no one dreams in Sumeru? Go somewhere else if you want to find someone to daydream with.
He actually has a point. Is this a dream? Is everyone dreaming?
No one dreams in Sumeru.
True. It's so weird that people here don't dream. Why is that? Anyway, if this all really were just a dream, we would have woken up a long time ago. Let's keep asking around.
Your turn.
Oh, it's you two. Was my divination so accurate that you felt compelled to compliment me in person?
You actually did run into a situation, but I'm not sure if it's related to your divination. Let's do another one, just to see what happens.
Ooh, I knew it! I told you, the god's divination is highly accurate. You just hadn't fully understood its significance yet.
You're really excited about this, huh? That's exactly why we came back. Help us better understand it.
Yes.
Help you better understand it? Well, that isn't exactly what I excel at.
So, you're admitting that you don't have a clue?
Anyway, what kind of situation did you get into?
You would not believe me. We're gonna tell him anyway. Oh boy. We're all trapped in the day of the Sub-Zero's festival. They've actually divined our future many, many times.
Huh? Hold on a second. I thought you guys just lost your wallet or fell for a scam. What you just said, are you serious? Does that kind of thing actually happen in real life?
And that's part of the
Paimon
test.
knew you weren't going to believe it.
Marvelous. Truly marvelous. I believe you. Recall the interpretation of your divination. The moon, illusions, and lies. It really felt like an omen.
When you say it like that, the divination does sound like it's related to what's going on. Can you read any more into it?
Let's do another one.
I believe that the Archon's revelations are never more than vague hints. Anything more specific is beyond the reach of mere mortals.
No, we asked her. She can't really tell us
The
much.
book only says, if you trust your instincts and overcome your fears, the sun will surely rise.
Let's have her dance anyway. Let's do the dance.
So that's how it is. Looks like fortune-telling is just fortune-telling. It's no good for practical problems.
No.
We haven't made any progress. Who else can we talk to?
Let's try talking to Dea again.
Paimon remembers that we tried talking to her a couple of times, but she always thinks we're playing pranks on her. You think she'll brush us off again?
She cares a lot about Dunyarzad. Let's try taking her to the real Dunyarzad.
Yeah. If we tap into Dia's strong sense of responsibility as a mercenary, then she'll definitely take us seriously. At this time of day, Dia's probably just finished beating up those kidnappers. Let's go find her.
There they are. Should be up walking around.
I'm fine, my lady. It's just a scratch.
We both need you to come with. Hi, Spin! We're still in the time loop.
Perfect timing. Both of you are here.
Paimon, Traveler, you came at just the right time. Listen, there was a dangerous
A gang of kidnappers had just ambushed you. You just defeated a gang of kidnappers. Come on, we need to go. Both of you need to come with us.
Huh? You saw? Then why didn't you jump in earlier? If someone was protecting Miss Dunyarzad, I could have went all out. Anyway, can you do something for me?
You want the Traveler to take Dunyarzad somewhere to rest up while you check to see if there's still any kidnappers around. Did Paimon get that right?
How did you know what I was going to say?
Because we have magical mind reading powers. Actually, we're stuck in a time loop. Please help us.
We need to say something convincing.
Dia sold her greatsword to raise additional funds. And then she was injured because she wasn't used to her new weapon. My mind feels exhausted, even though I haven't done too much thinking. What is going on? People in Sumeru don't dream. What a strange phenomenon.
Tell her, Traveler!
You got injured because you weren't used to your current greatsword. You sold your greatsword to support the festival.
I didn't tell anyone about that. Including Miss Dunyarzad. You couldn't have known. And just now, you literally took the words right out of my mouth. What's going on?
Some weirds happened, and we need to talk to you. You need to come with us and see something.
Alright, so this is the situation.
It's kinda hard to believe what you just told me. First, let me make something clear. Most of us desert dwellers might not be the scholarly type, but we do have basic common sense.
Haven't you noticed something off about Dunyarzad?
She's quieter than usual. Uninterested in anything and really gloomy.
Yeah, she isn't the same as before, but her parents said that this is how she was like at first.
Huh? At first?
I don't quite understand what you're all talking about. I'll go rest on the bench over there.
My lady, are you angry?
That's not her. It's a fake. Come with me. I'll show you some evidence.
All right, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt since you knew about my greatsword. Let's make this a quick trip. Miss Dunyarzad isn't completely safe here.
You need to see something. Come on. Come on. Let's go. You're going on an adventure. Puppy. We're back.
We brought a friend. Are you busy?
I thought I told you that it won't help to bring anyone here.
We just wanted her to see the real Dunyarzad's condition.
The real Dunyarzad? Where and who are you talking to?
You don't see anything? Oh, we're the only ones who can see this. Oh, that's weird.
Huh?
I told you that you two are special. Other people can't see me or Miss Dunyarzad here.
But that doesn't mean she can't sense something.
Hold on. Over there. Is that?
There it is. There it is. You can see her.
Wow. How perceptive. Does she have invisible antennae?
Miss Dunyarzad, she's lying down here, isn't she? How's she doing?
Not well.
Her condition's really bad, and she's basically in a coma. How did you know she was here?
I can sense her aura. There are also lingering feelings of something like regret or disappointment. What happened?
You need to get Yula to dance.
Do you believe us now? The Sub-Zero's festival has been repeating itself.
Begin discussing the issue with Dad, who finally understands the situation.
The sages are behind this?
Absolutely they are. They're very suspicious old geezers.
Yeah, they've always been against us. Wouldn't surprise me if they're using the Akasha to intentionally repeat the Sub-Zero's festival as a sick joke.
You have a point. Aside from the Dendro Archon, the Academia's sages are the only ones in Sumeru who could pull off something like this.
And the Dendro Archon is standing right there, so she's probably not doing this.
Maybe there's more to the Akasha than we know.
I think we need to get these things off our heads. Nahida, can you tell us anything about the Akasha?
Right! Didn't you awaken our memories using something that looked like a knowledge capsule? That means you must know something about the Akasha!
I bet she knows lots of things about it.
The Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to operate, as it is the manifestation of the God of Wisdom's power. It compiles the wisdom of the entire populace, and it grants knowledge to the people.
The fact that she says that should be a very big red flag for Luvine to be like, oh, I know who this is. But yeah, I was right. I was right. Hello, Dendro Archon.
A gnosis could do that? No wonder the Akasha is so magical. It's being powered by the gnosis of Sumeru's Archon.
And I bet if the Fatui take it, half of Sumeru's gonna fall apart. Oh, I can't wait to see that.
So, this Nahida you mentioned, what did she say?
She said, and Paimon quotes, "The Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to operate, as it is the manifestation of the God of Wisdom's power. It compiles the wisdom of the entire populace, and it grants knowledge to the people."
Compiles the wisdom of the entire populace and grants knowledge to the people. Wait.
What's that?
I get the grants knowledge part. That's what people have always used the Akasha for. But compiling the entire populace's wisdom? How does that work?
Did she mean that the sages enter new knowledge into the Akasha?
Doubt it. Most information in the Akasha comes from Irminsul.
Oh, yeah. That sounds about right. What do you think?
Okay, Nahida said, the Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to operate, as it is the manifestation of the God of Wisdom's power. It compiles the wisdom of the entire populace, and it grants knowledge to the people. People in Sumeru don't dream. What a strange phenomenon. My mind feels exhausted, even though I haven't done too much thinking. What is going on? What's happening right now seems to have happened before. This feeling has been getting stronger and stronger.
Okay. So, I think the Akasha is why people don't dream. I think that's what's going on. I think these two pieces of information are connected. I think. And it may even link back to this one. Have we dreamed since coming here is my question. Because I know we had that weird vision. Mission the Akasha, people from Sumeru do not dream.
People in Sumeru don't dream. What a strange phenomenon.
You mean the Akasha is causing our mental fatigue? Huh. Now that I think about it, my head's been feeling unusually heavy. When the desert dwellers set off on their quest for knowledge, a sage once said, knowledge always comes at a price. Compiling the entire country's knowledge. You think the Akasha pulled a 180 and is extracting information from us?
But how would it do that?
Who knows? The Akasha can put knowledge into our heads, so who's to say that it can't also poke around in there? We don't know any specifics.
We need to take them off.
What's the point of doing something like that?
To mess with us?
Just think about it. If you could combine the knowledge of every single person in Sumeru, then you can basically turn Sumeru City into a single massive brain. This hive mind could make breakthroughs in problems that even the smartest geniuses can't crack.
An excellent deduction. And the analogy comparing Sumeru City to a massive brain? I love it. In that case, we should take off our Akasha terminals right away. Maybe that'll solve this problem.
It's worth a shot. Somehow, I don't think it'll be that simple.
Yeah. I was only wearing this for show in the first place. Didn't expect the sages to cook up such a conspiracy. Mark my words. When this is over, I'm getting evidence and exposing this whole thing to the public.
I don't think it's gonna do any good. Everyone removes their Akasha terminals. Yeah!
How does everyone feel?
Actually, I also noticed something else.
Huh? What is it?
I feel like at the end of every day, there's always the sound of a beep.
Oh, that! Paimon knows what you're talking about. It's a single soft beep that sounds like it's coming from the Akasha terminal.
The sound of a beep. Could it be a prompt tone for when the Akasha is operating?
I heard the same sound at Port Ormos.
That's probably an important clue. We weren't using our terminals, but we heard a beep anyway. Traveler, did you hear that?
Yes, we did.
I heard it too. Our ears aren't messing with us. There was definitely a beep. but it sounded like it was coming from inside my head. We took off our Akasha terminals.
Oh no.
Phase runtime has exceeded its expected length. At this rate, there may be casualties.
Are we like in a lab? Are we like in pods, like a lab or something?
But we cannot lose all of our progress.
We're in a dream. We're in a dream, like a lab or something, I bet. Come on. I bet. Come on. We're in a dream. Here we go. Here we go.
Paimon remembers everything!
Yeah.
Good. You adapted quickly this time.
At the end of last
We
night.
definitely took off our Akasha terminals last night, but we still heard that beep. Why is that?
We've been implanted with another form of the terminals. We failed to sever your connection with them. First one.
But now we can at least confirm one thing. The Akasha definitely has something to do with whatever's trapping us in this cycle.
Did they go?
Paimon doesn't get it. Why would the
Where'd they
Akasha
go?
go this far if all it wants is everybody's wisdom?
Where'd they go? They were all there last night. Where did they go?
It's extremely difficult for lab rats in an experiment to understand why they're being treated the way they are.
Yeah.
If you're lab rats, then what are you? Nahida, you've never told us anything about yourself.
She's the Dedra crowd and she wants to help us because she doesn't like what the sages are doing.
I guess I'm the moon.
The moon? Wasn't that the result of our divination?
Anyway, knowing who I am won't help you get closer to the truth, so you should focus on other things. Don't get distracted and miss any clues.
Okay then. Dia helped us a lot yesterday, so let's go find her. If Paimon's reading the time correctly, those kidnappers should be showing up soon.
Yeah.
Ah, there you are. I've already taken care of those kidnappers. My lady, did you get hurt?
And she didn't get hurt because she's used to the great sword now because she remembers. Hold on, something's not right.
Dia?
Why do we have the leaf things?
What's wrong? Why are you both gawking at me like that?
You didn't get hurt this time.
Huh? What do you mean this time? Why are you so surprised that I managed to get out unscathed? Those kids were amateurs.
Oh, I know what they're doing. Okay. That's strange. I mean, that's interesting. That's strange. She's still gonna use some of your good stuff.
Shh! How did you know about my greatsword? I haven't told anyone about it. Please, don't tell Miss Dunyarzad.
So Dia's lost her memories after all.
During your battle, did you feel anything strange?
Anything strange? You already know that I got a new greatsword. If I had to say something, it's weird how such a new weapon could feel so familiar. It's as if I've already used it to fight a countless number of battles.
42, I believe, is the number.
You're saying that although you don't remember using it, your body feels like it does?
Muscle memory.
That's right.
Beautiful thing.
Both mercenaries and warriors heavily rely on muscle memory. Only knowing the theory of battle won't get you anywhere.
Yeah.
Traveler, what do you think?
This has never happened before. Could it be because we removed our Akasha terminals?
Yeah! Paimon's feeling really hopeful.
Is it possible we have already broken free. I don't think we have. I think it's going to be a lot harder than that.
Oh, you're right! Earlier in the Samsara, something like this would have never happened!
We'll know for sure at the end of the day. We should still run around and take a look, just in case.
I have no clue what you two are talking about, but it's still dangerous here, so...
Well, take
so
care,
you
lady.
want us to take Dunyarzad somewhere else to rest while you check if there are still more kidnappers around, right?
How did you know what I was gonna say? Can you read minds?
Yes.
Forget it. Go and do your thing. Whew. It's finally nighttime. Aside from Dia not getting injured, everything seems to have stayed the same. Listen, Nahida, we found out that Dia got out just fine today, even though she got injured every other time she fought the kidnappers. Do you think the Samsara has been broken? Have we saved Dunyarzad?
No.
Really? Good job on all that progress. Get some good sleep tonight.
Hey, what kind of an answer is that?
Tomorrow will come. Everyone assumes this is common knowledge, but the only way you can know that for sure is if you experience tomorrow. How many todays has it been? Is it possible that today will be followed by yesterday? Does tomorrow truly exist as anything beyond a made-up concept? It's even possible that this entire world is a lie, and the history of the whole world has just been one endless Sub-Zero's festival.
Okay, no more. Paimon's brain is already shut down.
That's why it makes no sense to waste your energy thinking about things you will learn tomorrow. Get some good rest. You know, use the bathroom and flush your anxiety.
Huh?
Huh? People always say they feel a sense of relief after they take a duk-duk. That's why I suggested you could try that.
Small
Is that
child
so
are fun.
strange?
Very small child are fun.
It's so strange and so against common sense that Paimon's at a loss for words. You were sounding kind of smart just a minute ago.
Gotta go get some rest.
Yeah. Even though it's happy and lively at the Sub-Zero's festival every day, it feels like it's been a long time since we've really gotten to relax. Let's go back to our room.
Continue the harvest. Compared to what we stand to achieve, these sacrifices are trivial.
And they try to harvest our brain, because I'm sure there's going to be some very interesting stuff in there that they don't want to see. Because Lavita sees some stuff, I'm sure. You don't live as long as she has and not seen some stuff.
Still in the same day.
As expected, it's not as simple as we thought.
Nahida, you already knew last night that we didn't break out of the Samsara? Why did you tell us?
Would there have been a point? You would have spent the night with new worries, with tomorrow still out of reach. In that case, you might as well rest within that brief moment of hope. An opportunity like that doesn't come by often, and I thought it might help you clear your minds.
Paimon thought the Duke did that! Whatever. Guess you were looking out for us after all.
Of course. In the time we've been together, you two have been everything to me.
Aw, that's sweet.
Paimon's flattered and everything, but maybe you're taking things a little fast.
We've spent like a month, we spent like over a month hanging out with her. That's, you know, I think that's a decent amount of time to form a decently strong bond with somebody.
What I mean is, even though I had asked you to solve this puzzle, you two are still the only ones who can see me and sense my presence.
Yeah.
In other words, if you weren't here, I may as well not exist. That's why you two have been everything to me. Get it?
Oh. Oh no. Oh, I get it now. Oh. Oh, that's awful. Oh. Okay. To explain what just clicked in my brain. Dunyarzad has only communicated with the Dendro Archon when she was dreaming as a child. The adults in Sumeru don't dream. None of the adults can see her. She only exists in dreams. And the Akasha is probably blocking dreams to block her existence out, which is messed up! Oh my god, that's awful! Oh, that's awful. And the reason we can perceive her is because we're not from here, and because we're the traveler in Paimon, and because we're sensitive to these kinds of things. That's probably why Tainari doesn't want to go back to Samara City, because when he's out in the woods, it's much weaker. Oh, that's messed up. Oh, that's messed up. That is messed up. That's awful. That is a terrible thing to do to somebody. That's awful. Awful, awful, awful people. We need to dethrone these sages, like, yesterday. It's messed up. That is messed up.
Nahida's talking about confusing stuff again.
I get it.
Anyway, that's enough chit-chat. So, Traveler, did the new clues yesterday help you gain a new understanding of the situation?
Yeah, she's... That's why no one sees her and believes her, because no one can interact with her, because she can only do so in dreams. And nobody dreams! Oh, that's messed up. That's so messed up. That is beyond messed up. The time loop theory is indeed incorrect.
Huh? Why are you scrapping your previous theory?
Dea's fighting skills have been improving. Dunyarzad's illness has also gotten worse.
Oh, yeah! You're right! Gosh, how did we not notice that? In a simple time loop, people's physical conditions should also reset.
So, what's your new hypothesis?
We're stuck in some kind of trance, I think. I think we're like in some kind of pod, I think. In some lab. And they're running either tests or they're doing something to us, or they want something from us. And they're trapping us in this dream to get it. I don't know what it is they want. I mean, because there's a lot of things that in Lumine's head that people who are seeking knowledge could want. But it's very curious. Yeah.
We've already experienced the Sub-Zero's festival many times. And the day of the festival seems to be in a perpetual samsara. Okay, Nahida said, the Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to operate, as it is the manifestation of the God of Wisdom's power. It compiles the wisdom of the entire populace, and it grants knowledge to the people.
And I bet she's trapped in the dream state because they took her gnosis to power the Akasha. Which is, again, messed up. Is messed up.
The beep is a prompt tone for Akasha operations. We still hear it every night, even though we removed our Akasha terminals. Mercenaries rely heavily on muscle memory. And Dia was able to use her experiences to avoid injury in later samsara cycles. The moon, illusions, and lies. What do they all mean?
This isn't real. It's all fake. Associate. So... I'm thinking... Okay. So, the body can remember even though the mind doesn't. So this...
I can't seem to cohesively piece everything together.
Okay, so not that one. Precious sound. Memories are deleted every day.
If all our memories of a day are erased at the end of that day, then we would unwittingly relive that same day again and again.
We aren't in a time loop. Instead, our memories are being erased at the end of each day. That's equally messed up.
Oh! Then the beep we hear every night could just be indicating the deletion of our memories.
Messed up.
That's why when we wake up, everyone thinks the Sub-Zero's festival hasn't happened yet. It's already the next day, but everyone still thinks it's the day before. But muscle memory can't be erased. That's why Dia has been getting better at using her greatsword. Now everything makes sense.
A brilliant deduction.
I still want to pat her on the
Tell
head.
us if we're right or wrong.
Well, she wouldn't be applauding us if we were dead wrong. So we're either very close to the truth or we've hit the nail on the head.
To put it simply, it's as if you've mistaken a pyro crystal fly for a firefly in the night. You lost sight of its true nature because you focused too much on your perception that it glows.
No, I've never seen Paimon's feet touch the ground. I've never seen her walk. She always floats. The only time Paimon has ever even touched the ground that I can recall is when there was like an accident and we fell. Because she can fall. Which has happened once. That we've seen her touch the ground once, but no, we've never seen her walk. All she does is float, despite not having any visible wings of any kind. It's very curious.
That isn't simple at all.
Still the wrong conclusion. Huh.
Why don't you go talk to Miss Dia again? You might learn something new.
Right. She did help us find our latest clue after all. Let's go.
I hope Dea's a 4-star character. That way it'll be easier to get her later. Casualty at the Sub-Zero's Festival. Talk to Dea. I hope this festival time loop, memory deletion, lab rat nonsense, or whatever's going on, doesn't cost our friend in the purple dress her life. Because that would be sad. I would be sad if she dies because of this. Like, that would be messed up. I mean, everything they've done so far that I've theorized is messed up. But, yeah, I'm convinced we're in some kind of lab secretly, and this is like a dream. And the adults wouldn't know that this is a dream because they can't feel dreams. They haven't dreamed since they were a child, so they don't understand dreams. Us, however, slightly different. And we've seen before that we have some kind of sensitivity to at least the herbs in this world that cause visions and illusions. So it's wholly possible that that's what's causing us to be more conscious of whatever is happening. Like, we're essentially lucid dreaming while they're normal dreaming and are unaware of it. The question is, how big is
There
this
you
lab?
are.
How many people?
Really took me a while to find you.
Yeah.
As expected, Dia also didn't get hurt today.
Mm-hmm.
Get hurt? Why would I? Don't underestimate me.
Well, you're still getting used to your new greatsword.
Huh. Truth be told, I also think it's pretty strange. It just suddenly felt so familiar in my hands, and... wait a second! How did you know I got a new greatsword to begin with? I didn't tell anyone about it.
Traveler, could you explain the situation to her today? Paimon's gotten a little sick of doing it.
We don't actually need to explain everything. Let's just get straight to the point.
Oh, that works.
You suddenly became proficient with your greatsword because you've lived through this day many times already, and our memories of the day are erased every night.
What happened to you guys while I was gone? Did you get brainwashed by some cult?
No, I think we all did.
Don't think too hard about it. Just take what we're saying at face value.
I don't think she can.
Alright then, let me get this straight. You're telling me that my body's already gotten used to this greatsword, but my brain just doesn't remember it?
Well, it's your brain and body. Does that make sense to you? Do you feel like there's a disconnect there?
Yes, your memory's being erased every day.
then I'd have to disagree. That's impossible.
Oh? Why do you think that?
If we've actually been reliving the Sub-Zeru's festival day after day, then what happened to the things we used, the money we spent, the food we ate? Common sense says my wallet should have emptied itself a long time ago. There's no way I wouldn't have noticed that.
I've thought about that too, because it's a dream, it's an illusion, it's not real, we're not in reality, we're like pods in a lab, I bet. But if the sages were behind this, if they utilized the city's resources, as well as information supplied by the Akasha...
Right! They could use the Akasha to record what everyone did that day, and then use the city's resources to replenish everything! It's not very likely, but it's also not impossible.
I don't think that's what's going on. That's not quite what I think is going on. I still think we're in, like, pods or something, or in a lab sleeping.
No, it is impossible. I've got proof.
Okay.
You have proof? Where?
You two are surprisingly serious about this nonsensical discussion. Fine, I'll play along for a little longer. Come with me, Miss Dunyarzad. Please come along as well. I still can't guarantee that this area is safe.
Paimon can't believe it's Dia who wants to show us something this time. 2 days ago, we were the ones taking her to see Dunyarzad.
I think she's gonna go take us to see the sunset. Because if days were passing in real world... If this was the real world, days were passing, the sun would be shifting position slightly every day. Because that's how that works. I mean, assuming Tibet operates on the same logic as Earth movements of solar bodies. I mean, they have stars, so probably? Yeah, again, this isn't Earth, so we can't always assume one-to-one rules, but I'm pretty sure... But I'm pretty sure Mercenary would notice something like the sun shifting positions. Because after like a month, that would be barely noticeable. Like, if one day you woke up and shadows were like this big, and then the next day you woke up, shadows were several times bigger, and I'd be like, huh, that's weird.
This is it.
Huh? This is a wooden training dummy. What about it?
This is far less interesting than my hypothesis.
See those marks on the dummy? Those are the result of several days' worth of practice. Let's say the sages didn't replace it every day. Shouldn't it be hacked to pieces by now?
That's true, but what if they did?
No, she has a point. I'm following her logic.
And the sages would have had to reproduce every mark I left during previous training sessions. I'm a professional fighter. My martial school has always emphasized the importance of refined control. The force, angle, and entry point of each strike is calculated and deliberate. That's why I remember every mark on the dummy, as well as my state of mind as I made each strike. It's just as they say, each swordsman has their own unique style, and even the same swordsman can't make the same cut twice. It would be impossible to copy these marks.
Is it really impossible? What if they used some fancy machine to carve every single mark?
She'd notice that, I think. She would absolutely notice that. She's not stupid.
People often say that a camera's photo can never replace an artist's painting because the former has no spirit to it. The same thing applies here. At a mere glance, I can differentiate carved marks from the results of combat training.
Yeah, that makes sense. It seems we'll have to abandon this theory. We're not in reality. We're not in reality. We're in a dream.
Whew. Hope that cleared things up for you. Hey, is this that new brain-exercise game that's been super popular with the scholars lately? It's surprisingly fun. Anyway, it's getting late. I should escort Miss Dunyarzad to Nilu's stage. See you later.
Yeah, see you there.
Well, back to square one. Is our memory deletion theory also wrong?
I think it's half true. I think there is a fragment of truth to it, just we don't have the whole picture yet.
But at least we've reached some other conclusions in the meantime.
We're not in the real world.
Yep, that's true. ideas right now?
Let me think. I suddenly realized that something is strange.
Strange? Paimon feels like everything's been strange lately.
How come we've never thought about leaving the city?
Huh? Leaving the city? You're right! It's really strange how we never thought of such a simple solution. Many things should become clear if we can confirm the flow of time outside of the city. Paimon can't believe it! Did we miss this because we're tunnel visioning too hard on our other theories? Or because we're just too tired?
It is really strange. We should have thought of this a long time ago.
How about we go back and ask Nahida? Maybe we've forgotten something about leaving the city.
I think we should go try it right now. Oh, this is delightful. But that's another thing I liked about this game. This game does not have to give you a giant boss fight to be interesting and wonderful. I mean, it will give us a giant boss fight later, I assume. But we don't need one. So, I'm all for this. This has been delightful.
Nahida, we're back!
You're back early today. Did you find something new?
This is a dream!
Sort of. We're mostly sure now that we're not in a time loop. And we also aren't in the real world. But at the same time, we have a new question.
What will happen if we try to leave the city? Have we ever tried leaving the city?
Leaving the city. As far as I remember, you've mentioned your plans to do that twice before.
Yes!
We did? But we don't remember anything. What happened after we talked about those plans? What did we say when we got back?
Let me think. I don't think you ever actually told me what the outcome was. Oh, it's probably more accurate to say that both times you never came back the whole night. But you two sometimes stay out the entire night anyway, so at the time, I didn't think too much about it.
It is true that sometimes we lose track of time during our investigations. Before we know it, it'll already be the next day. But still, neither of us remember anything about leaving town.
Really? That's kinda strange. In theory, I should have already awakened all your memories.
Maybe this is the key.
Yep. Something here's definitely fishy. Let's get to the bottom of this tomorrow.
Let's go. City gates right now.
Back.
Yep. Let's go and try to leave the city today.
About that. Well, where should Paimon begin?
Huh? Paimon? What do you mean?
Traveler, aside from your memories that were just restored, I have another message for you.
Another message? From who? From us? From us?
Listen to it and you'll understand.
Yeah, I
Don't
bet.
go back. There are countless spaces here. Our Sub-Zero's festival in Sumeru City is just one of them.
I love how Umi's getting more voice lines. This is my own voice?
Traveler, you should be missing 2 days worth of memories. Paimon will fill you in.
2 days ago.
It's time to carry out our plan from yesterday.
Let's go and try and leave the city today.
Okay, let's go.
Onwards! And it doesn't work out. So that's about to happen. Ooh! Ooh, fun filter. Fun green filter. That chest? Ooh, gimme. Chinese.
I'll keep this close.
Just bet that. Yeah, you're more forbidden
Why
from
can't
leaving?
we leave the city? What is the Academia up to now?
Messing
Don't
with us.
ask me. It's not like I can tell you anything. This is a direct order from the Grand Sage. Just wait until tomorrow.
Except tomorrow's not gonna come.
I have a real emergency. My goods have already arrived at Port Ormos. If I don't hurry, they'll be stolen.
That's your problem. Make sure you make a request in advance next time.
But it's not like you can just predict business matters in advance.
Let
it
us
looks
through.
like the Academia already announced a lockdown for Sumeru City today. How completely unsurprising. Let's go and question them. Hello, sir. Why can't we leave the city today?
Here we go again. Don't ask me, I don't know either. We just received an order that no one is allowed to enter or exit Sumeru today. They didn't tell us anything else.
Of course the Academia wouldn't share their plans with a pawn. So the Academia doesn't trust you at all. Ah, little tiny pawn in someone else's game. We're gonna beat it anyway, though.
Angering me won't get you anywhere. If I had that kind of insider info, I would have left this stupid post long ago.
Oh, I bet.
It looks like he really doesn't know.
Nope.
If we can't get anything out of him, let's take matters into our own hands. Why don't we climb over the walls? Those guards can't be everywhere at once. This is a good spot, and the guard hasn't noticed us at all. Let's hurry!
Paimon, stay here.
Huh? Why? Are you going to leave Paimon behind?
Leaving the city might trigger disruptions to our memories. We need someone to stay and witness events from this side.
But what if things get really weird out there and you get into some trouble? Then Paimon won't be able to help you.
What are you?
Paimon knows that Paimon can't do much, but we've always been together, haven't we?
Oh, Paimon's sad. To be fair, I think this is the first time Lumine's ever chosen to do something by herself. Because remember, she's a twin. And that has a lot of significance, considering how she's chosen certain things. Like, from the lens of she's a twin, her choosing a travel companion like Paimon is interesting psychologically. Because it's wholly possible that the only reason she's sticking around Paimon at first was a fear of being completely alone. Because usually you'll see twins refer to each other as their other halves. Because they don't feel quite whole without that other person. Because they're literally born with another person right there. So it's hard for them to kind of process being alone. So that's interesting as far as Lumine's growth. Don't worry, Paimon. If we leave together, it'll just be the same before. Don't worry, Paimon. We'll be back, friend. I promise. And that kind of gives way to my Paimon is surrogate sibling to Traveler, which is interesting. Which is kind of why I theorize that Paimon's personality is similar, at least in some respects, to the personality the twin had before the Abyss stuff happened. Which is, I mean, that's just a headcanon at this point, but I think it's interesting to think about. Don't worry, Paimon. She sounds so sad.
Okay. Paimon will wait for you.
I'll cook you a big meal when we get back, okay?
Promise Paimon that you'll come back as soon as possible. Just a quick look.
Okay.
And please, be careful.
Of course. Aw, Paimon loves us. That's so sweet.
Memories!
Let's go and try to leave the city today.
Traveler!
What's wrong, Paimon?
Paimon thought Paimon would never see you again. You just disappeared. Paimon waited for you for hours and hours at the city wall and you never came back. You promised Paimon that you were only taking a quick walk.
Oh, this is heartbreaking. This is so sad. What did I promise?
Paimon, calm down. She's here now. I don't think she understood what you were saying.
Paimon doesn't care. Paimon wanted to go look for you, but you also said that Paimon should stay. Paimon was so worried and so scared the entire day.
Although I don't remember doing any of this. Still, sorry, Paimon. Hugs! Hug! I won't leave you behind. that line better not be retroactively heartbreaking in the future.
Okay. Paimon will forgive you. The most important thing is that you didn't actually disappear. Oh, Paimon was so scared that you had gone into another world.
Okay, Paimon, can you tell us your perspective of what really happened yesterday?
I've undisrupted your plan from yesterday.
I see. Using two people's different perspectives.
After that, you left the city. Paimon kept her eyes on you the whole time, but then you disappeared in an instant.
You're sure that's what you saw? You weren't zoning out or anything? No, I don't think she can zone out while watching you walk away.
No way! Paimon was watching you with the fullest attention.
What's your perspective, Traveler? You sure you don't have any memory of this?
Yes. I don't even know that yesterday existed.
I guess that explains everything. You also lost your memories the last 2 times you tried to leave the city. Those days' memories can't be awoken.
So, if we leave the city, our memories will be completely erased?
So they didn't just restrict access to Sumeru City, they're also erasing the memories of those who leave. That's...
It really sounds like something big outside of the city is being hidden on purpose.
Like
But
a big
this
machine?
way, we'll also never discover what's outside.
Our memories will be erased. Can we leave behind something other than memories?
Something like a message? But how can we send it back?
Don't look at me like that. I'm not used to being stared at.
Arcade powers.
Okay. You want something that can pass on messages, right? Give me some time and take care of Dunyarzad for me.
Yep, now we're talking.
I'm done. Here you go.
What? Isn't this just an Akasha terminal?
Yeah, but this is a special one.
I made some little changes. Akasha terminals are already capable of sending messages. I just tweaked it so that it could connect to any node.
To make something like this? Nahida, you really know the Akasha like the back of your hand. Anyway, we can use this now to record a message, right?
Did she make the Akasha? And they've been lying about its origin this entire time because they're awful people?
Yep. I'll help you save the messages. It should be pretty easy to use. I just can't guarantee the user's status and signal coverage when they're outside the city.
We'll never know until we try. At least we're taking the initiative now.
It's worth a try.
Let's go then. Let's expose those sages.
I still think you should stay.
All right. Paimon isn't as worried about being separated since it happened once yesterday. But Paimon still isn't happy about it.
I'll see you tomorrow, Paimon.
Okay. See you tomorrow, Traveler.
The separation anxiety is real.
Happened so far.
So that message is what I left for myself when I left the city.
Yes. Although the signal was choppy and had some interference, we still managed to receive 2 messages from you when you were outside.
Okay, now that you understand what's going on, let's hear the messages together.
Something really bad's happening.
Can't go back. There are countless spaces here. Our Sub-Zero's festival in Sumeru City is just one of them. I've entered another space. Before me are flowing sandstone and howling fish. Impossible and surreal sights.
Dream world.
All these spaces are empty. Except for the occasional ones that contain mute puppets rather than people. I can't sense any human presence.
Adult dreams. Dreams.
That's one heck of an info dump. It sounds like you left the Sumeru city space when you set foot outside of the walls. But everything looked completely normal when Paimon was looking out from the inside. That's unbelievable. And if we take your word for it, the other spaces all had very weird contents.
There's another part here. We only received it last night.
These spaces have been disappearing, one after the other, absorbed by something like a sun in the sky. And now, even the final space has also disappeared. Behind me, a lot of spaces just appeared again from thin air. I get it now. Those spaces are actually...
And cut off right there. This could never be that easy. It's dreams. It's dreams. It's dream worlds.
Why did the message end right there? What did the traveler want to say? What are those spaces?
Probably because yesterday just happened to end at that moment.
Oh, right. Paimon did hear a beep from the Akasha. Did it come from here or from the message?
The message. It should have come from the Traveler's Akasha terminal.
After the beep, Traveler said even the final spaces also disappeared.
Traveler, what do you think that final space could have been?
Here. This one. The one we are currently in. Spaces.
My impression is that each day in this samsara only ends at the sound of that beat from the Akasha. Was that space actually the real world? But wouldn't a real space just randomly disappearing like that be catastrophic? All the bizarre spaces I saw outside the city had one thing in common: a lack of human presence.
Oh, so that's what it is! After the sound of the beep, the final space, the Sub-Zero's festival, also disappears, and we're taken to the next day. Later on, Traveler also mentioned a bunch of new spaces materializing behind them. Do lots of new spaces appear every day? Paimon's head is spinning. Just what are these spaces anyhow?
Dreams.
Well, consider this. For all the horrors of the Archon War, at its heart, it was just a game where a bunch of gods fought over 7 seats. So no matter how strange or spooky things may look on the surface, maybe all they point to in the end is a small and simple secret.
Dreams.
Wow, the Archon War, huh? That's an analogy and a half.
Secret, huh? Give me some time. I need to organize my thoughts.
Hey! Where are you going?
Organize your thoughts on the familiar bench in the city. I wonder if we're ever going to get a final number as to how many of these loops we had to do. It seems like it's going to be a lot.
Do you want some alone time to think? Alright then, Paimon won't disturb you.
The dance of Sub-Zeros is about to begin. I'm going to go watch it.
Dance of Sub-Zeros. It's that time already.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead, Dunyarzad? We still have some other stuff to do first.
Yeah.
Okay then. See you later.
Have you figured it out yet, Traveler? Time is ticking away.
I think I know the answer now.
Awesome! What is it? Paimon wants to know. Oh, wait, no. Let's meet up with Nahida first. You can tell us both together. This time, we're gonna get to the truth.
And we are back.
You're back. I've been waiting forever for you two. Judging by the looks on your faces, are you ready to take your Sub-Zero's exam and graduate from the festival?
Ask away, Miss Nahida.
Okay. First off, have you discovered the hidden truth?
All the bizarre spaces I saw outside the city had one thing in common: a lack of human presence. Those spaces remind me of dreams, like the one I had in the Avidia Forest. Except these have no sign of human presence. People in Sumeru don't dream. What a strange phenomenon. We are all in a dream. It isn't that the people of Sumeru don't dream. Rather, the Akasha is taking their dreams from them.
I was right. I was right. Yeah, I think this one.
People in Sumeru think they don't dream, but the truth is the Akasha steals their dreams without them knowing it. And those spaces with no human presence are stolen dreams without their host. That would explain why they sounded so weird when she was trying to describe them. Huh. So people in Sumeru do dream after all. In fact, we're all in one big dream together right now.
Correct answer. Now, how did you conclude that the Akasha is capable of this?
Because it's powered by a god's battery, essentially.
The Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to operate. It compiles the wisdom of the entire populace, and it grants knowledge to the people. It is the manifestation of the God of Wisdom's power.
This one.
That doesn't sound right. I need to carefully think things through. That doesn't sound...
Okay. Okay, it's this one.
Oh, okay. Those dream-controlling creatures in the forest also get their power from the Dendro Archon, right? That would explain why the Akasha has the ability to control people's dreams, too. But is stealing everyone's dreams really how the Akasha compiles their wisdom? Isn't there anything more to it than that?
Dreams are fantastical, complex, and full of imagination. People's brains are the most active when they're dreaming. In other words, dreams are rich bundles of human wisdom.
So, in other words, the complete opposite of how Hypatia understood it. Paimon remembers her saying that the sages think dreams are foolish delusions, and the fact that no one dreams is a blessing from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. So it was all a dirty trick?
The sages are liars. They're liars. They're terrible, filthy liars, and we need to dethrone them.
The real story is that the sages from the academia are using the Akasha to steal people's dreams for their own use, huh?
Yes, and they don't intend to stop there.
Oh? By the sounds of it, you understand the current situation pretty well. So then, what about the samsara?
Grand Sage said, go celebrate the birth of that god to your heart's content. Did he mean something more? We've already experienced the Sub-Zero's festival many times. The beep is a prompt tone for Akasha operation. Those spaces kept disappearing before my eyes. But as soon as that beep sounded, many more spaces materialized. Those dreamscapes kept vanishing. But as soon as that beep sounded, more new spaces appeared. My mind feels exhausted, even though I haven't done too much thinking.
Correct. The Akasha is keeping each person's brain in a constant dream state, but also separating their consciousness from their own dream.
That's messed
Their
up.
disembodied consciousness is placed inside the collective dream of the Sub-Zero's festival along with everyone else's, while their now vacant dreams are harvested by the Akasha.
That's
No one
messed
is
up.
any the wiser as another day passes in the dream, and so begins another samsara cycle. People wake up to yet another dream about the Sub-Zero's festival. The dreams that belong to them are once again harvested by the Akasha, and so it continues.
So, this is like a dream factory, and the Akasha is a dream harvesting machine. Did Paimon get that analogy right?
Very good, Paimon. Using analogies well is an excellent habit to get into.
Okay.
Very much
So
approved.
that beep we keep hearing is actually from our real-life Akasha terminals. Taking off our terminals in this dream doesn't do anything.
Alright, last question. Who am I?
You're Kusanali. You're the Dendro Archon. That's who you are. Illusions, lies.
They say that alchemical divination is the Dendro Archon's divine revelation. So then, if Nahida has referred to herself as the moon... Now that I think about it, wasn't illusions a hint that we're all dreaming? Now that I think about it, wasn't illusions hinting at the sage's deception of Sumeru's people?
I think that's supposed to say lies.
So you noticed.
You are Lesser Lord Kusanali. Called it!
I thought that
There
would be
it
the
beeps out
hardest question. That's why I put it last.
Oh, please, I had that pegged from the moment I saw you. Come on.
That wasn't hard at all. Even Paimon guessed that. Everything about you is different. We just didn't want to expose you is all.
Also, we've met 3 previous Archons, and yeah, you fit the bill pretty much more or less what I was expecting from the statues. So,
Now that you mention it, Nahida, you've been hinting to us since the very beginning. It's funny. Thinking back to when we were asking all over the place for info about Lesser Lord Kusanali, Paimon didn't expect to meet you like this.
I have a lot of questions for you, but this doesn't seem like a good time.
Yes, those can wait until we're back in real life. On the other hand, I'd be happy to answer any more questions you have about here and now.
How do we get out of here? Why couldn't you simply tell us the truth? How did the sages manage to keep people from noticing this? About the side effects of a mass-produced dream. Why is the dream about the Sabzeruz festival? About the side effects of a mass-produced dream.
Can humans really keep dreaming forever like this? Will it ever end? And if so, when?
And at what
You
cost?
might say your mental fatigue has already answered this question. Eventually, there's only so much that people can tolerate.
Which is what?
Especially those whose health is compromised to begin with. Like Dunyarzad. This relentless exploitation takes an even harder toll on them.
People's lives are at stake here, and nobody knows a thing! We've got to put a stop to this!
I suspect there's already been deaths. I don't really have any more questions. I mean, I think we pretty much know what's going on and the consequences. So let's go.
Deceiving the people of Sumeru with no regard for their safety. No matter what they're trying to do, this is unforgivable.
Absolutely.
After we end the Sabzeruz Festival Samsara, we have to look into them.
How can the sages of the Academia do this behind their Archon's back? This is ridiculous!
Because they have no respect for their Archon. I think we've seen that pretty blatantly. They have zero respect for her. I think it's time we teach them some respect. Time to put the fear of the Archons into some mortals.
In the end, I'm just the moon. The real sun is long gone.
A sun and a moon? Nahida's talking in riddles again.
And here we go again.
Oh, we're out of time today.
I'll tell you how to break free of the Samsara tomorrow. See you then.
Okay. Here we go.
Good morning, Nahida. Wait. Now that Paimon remembers everything, should we instead say good morning, Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Where's friend? Where's friend? She better not be dead. If she's dead, something bad. Somebody's being stabbed. We have a big, sharp, pointy thing, and some very not nice people who deserve to be stabbed. She's dead, isn't she? She's passed away in the night.
What's wrong, Nahida? You don't look too good.
Where is Dunyarzad? She couldn't have.
I'm afraid that what you're thinking right now is correct.
Oh, this is...
Did Dunyarzad already disappear? No way. Are we too late?
Yep, somebody's getting murdered for this.
The real Dunyarzad's consciousness has indeed disappeared. It can no longer endure the constant dream harvesting.
We're so close. Oh, Lumine's pissed. Good.
Paimon can't believe it. Wait, so what about that other Dunyarzad? Just what is she? Is she also going to disappear?
She's actually something like a puppet, but not completely.
She's a part of the dream to keep it going, since the real one couldn't.
The real Dunyarzad's consciousness could no longer keep playing her role in this dream. So another Dunyarzad appeared to replace her in the dream. Just like the grass and the trees, that Dunyarzad is just a building block of the dream that helps to keep it going.
But personality-wise, she's nothing like the real Dunyarzad.
Because they don't understand the first thing about how people actually work.
Puppets are stiff, and can't copy a living person's vitality. After all, they're just there as filler.
Yeah, a dream of a person is not the real thing. It is guaranteed to be missing something. So, yeah. It's not okay. Towers is upset. Towers is genuinely upset by this. I will have vengeance.
You know, speaking of which, the old Dunyarzad might not have been too different from a puppet.
Dunyarzad truly believed that she met you within her consciousness, and it was you who inspired her. So you do remember her after all.
That's good.
Yes. Back then, her family was overly protective of her. No one cared about her personality or thoughts. It was as if she only lived to stall her Elazar. I just gave her a little wisdom so she could look at life in a new way. So that she could be her own person. But even so, she's still...
It still meant a lot to her. You are a kind Archon. She did everything Nahida dear did everything she could, as far as I'm concerned. And I think the sages deserve justice and vengeance. Oh yeah, there will be vengeance, Ben. I assure you. This will not go unpunished. There's no way this is gonna go unpunished.
Far from it. I'm still a long way off from being a real Archon.
Hush you. This is, yeah. Towers is gonna stab somebody with a big, sharp, pointy thing.
I couldn't even save her. If I were a competent Archon, I wouldn't have let my most faithful follower die at the Sub-Zerus Festival with so many regrets.
Please don't beat yourself up over it, Nahida. It's the sage's fault, and theirs alone.
Exactly, Paimon.
I'm not beating myself up. All I did was to rationally observe the distance between myself and a real Archon.
Do I have to pull some real Archons? Do we have to go get some real Archons in here? Because I will, so you can see them. Because, to be perfectly frank, you're doing far more good for your people than they are.
Don't be like that, Nahida. Even real Archons are still allowed to be sad.
Yes. The Raiden Shogun let her grief and despair cloud her judgment for hundreds of years. So, yeah.
To prevent more tragedies like this, we must end the samsara as soon as possible.
It ends today.
Great, but how do we do that?
Although the Sub-Zerus Festival dream is under the Akasha's control, only humans can dream. Even the Akasha is unable to create them. That means this dream belongs to a host who created it.
Sage, old man, stab the old man. Let me stab the old man, please.
Huh? So, how should we find that person?
Person who knows what's going on.
Well, if this is someone's dream, then everything here must come from deep within their consciousness. Which means, with the power of imagination, they can change anything in this dream.
Murder the old man.
Imagination? What do you mean by that?
Imagination means breaking through what you perceive as normal. Like when a server at a tavern brings a plate to you, you'd naturally assume that food is on it. However, if you're the dream's host and you become aware that you're dreaming, when you imagine gold and more on the plate, the dream will respond in kind, and the server really will bring you gold and mora. But right now, our host is unaware that this is a dream. No matter how many times they're served, it will always be food.
So we find the host. Then what?
Find some way to make that person realize that they're dreaming. Usually, once that happens, the person will wake up and the dream samsara will be broken.
Oh, I know what to do. I know what to do. Okay. So I was wrong. It's not Old Man Sage who's dreaming. It's Dancer Lady. It's Nilou. And I bet we could prove to her that she's dreaming by bringing her the real flowers. Because we technically have the fake ones still. And the real ones were a completely different color. So if we get our hands on versions of the real flower, bring them to her, she'd be like, oh my gosh, this is not real. I'm dreaming. Which means I could dance without consequences. And
How
then
are we
we all
going
wake
to
up.
find them, though? If it could be anyone, it'd be like looking for a needle in a haystack. And even if we did find them, how are we supposed to make them realize they're dreaming? After all, like you said, don't wake a sleepwalker.
When did she say that?
It's extremely difficult, yes. But the only ones who can do it are you two. Remember, everything you've achieved up to this point has all been for the sake of finding the host and ending the samsara. As for me, during this time, I'll be out of town.
Don't leave us, friend.
Town? Are you going to that place full of dreams where the traveler went?
Yes. I want to try something. There must still be a small wisp of possibility.
Are we gonna say friends? Can we still say friend, please?
Hurry and go. Dreams are supposed to be fantastical, romantic, and full of pleasant surprises. Unnecessary things like this samsara need to end.
Okay.
I'm still a little upset that we've come this far, only for Dunyarzad to...
We're gonna set this right. We're gonna make this
such a
right.
good person, with such a simple wish.
It just feels so demoralized.
Yeah. Saving Dunyarzad is what kept us going this whole time.
Let's go make sure her final wish was granted.
We mustn't lose hope, Traveler. Dunyarzad would definitely want to see us save everyone else. So let's break the samsara for her sake.
Yes.
Paimon's wondering, do you think the sages would get one of their own to be the host of this stream? Feels like it would be easier to control it that way, no?
Unlikely. Knowing the plan, they'd probably become aware that they were dreaming. An unsuspecting host would be less likely to realize that this is a dream.
Huh. That's true. Plus, the sages probably weren't counting on there being other factors beyond their control, like Nahida and us. So, who do you think the host of the dream is?
Maybe Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, the one with the strange getup? I don't think so.
Oh, that would make sense. Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, is a symbol of the whole Sub-Zero's festival, right? Pretty core character. Let's go ask him some questions, shall we?
I don't think it's him. I think this is a waste of time. I'm pretty sure it's Dancer Lady. Shucks. These blue ones. These blue ones are fake flowers. They were created by the previous Denture Archon to try and replicate a purple flower that used to exist but has since gone extinct. So I bet we need to turn these purple. And that will prove that this is a dream. And then we'll save everybody. And then we stab the old people who did this to us. Murder.
You're back. You left in a hurry last time. Is everything okay?
Everything's fine. Just, it's a little hard to explain. Would you mind taking part in a little experiment with us?
A little thought experiment, you could say.
An experiment? That came out of nowhere. I'm listening, though. What do you need me to do?
Could you make a wish?
Imagine your wish coming true before your very eyes.
You want me to make a wish? Is that a new Sub-Zero's festival tradition or something?
Or something.
Less questions, more wishing!
Okay. My
If
wish.
you wish that I pull a zombie.
My wish. Okay. I'm a little nervous saying this out loud, but I want Miss Dunyarzad to be happy.
I'm fine.
Oh.
Oof.
I noticed earlier that she looked a bit down, and she wasn't really talking to anyone. She just doesn't seem like herself. She's always so gentle and kind, and all the kids love her. I've also wondered if the reason she asked me to be Fairest Knight of Flowers is because I'm special to her, or something.
Oof. Rip. Big rip.
So, you have a crush on Dunyarzad?
Oh, is it that obvious? After what I just said, I guess it is.
Oof.
When she
That's
placed the
heartbreaking.
hat of the Knight of Flowers onto my head, she said to me, I want everyone to have a happy Sub-Zero's festival. What she didn't realize was that I'm not that interested in how everyone else feels. In that moment, I just wanted to be her Knight of Flowers for the rest of my life. 50 years, 100 years, I'll serve her till the end of time.
Aww. That's terrible.
Okay, yeah, that was a bit much. Felt like the right moment to get it off my chest, but that was pretty embarrassing.
Well, good news is you won't remember
I'm ready
this.
to make my wish. I would like Miss Dunyarzad to appear in front of me right now with a smile on her face. Here goes.
Yeah, nope. It's not him.
Please come true.
Please come true. Yeah.
I'm gonna open my eyes. Oh. Oh!
Yeah.
You're...
What?
Faki? Sorry, but only one portion of Yalda candies per person. Back home you go. Nice try, you two. Anyway, never mind. I don't need to see her appear right in front of me. As long as she's happy.
Why does this game like to break my heart?
Guess he isn't the host of this dream after all. Should have expected it wouldn't be this easy.
It's Dancer Lady. It's either Dancer Lady or Dea, I suspect.
It seems like everyone who knows Dunyarzad loves her. But none of them has any idea that she...
My lady, step back.
That sounds like Dea! Oh, right. This is when Dunyarzad bumps into the kidnappers.
I'll teach them a lesson they won't forget.
Huh? But Dea can handle them. Hey, Traveler!
Yeah, but we have some stuff to work through. So trash mobs are perfectly valid and great way to use that. I think. Let's go beat some stress out of us. Sharp pointy thing. It's about time we get a fight. To be honest. I mean, the game's delightful without fights, but still. Hey, losers.
Oh, it's you. Great timing. Please take...
Take Dunyarzad and leave.
Hey, this is my job. The Homiyanis pay me, not you.
You're wasting your breath. Leave.
You... Fine, alright. Knock yourself out. Why are you so worked up anyway? It's not like I don't trust your fighting skills. Anyway, watch yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So you got yourself some backup. Suit yourself. You're going down.
That's close enough.
You punch.
Lucky today.
Let it rain.
Propagate!
I'll be back. Following orders.
Scatter!
Log the jungle.
Incoming! Hey!
Take my...
Cut to the chase!
Get rest.
I'll be back.
No, you won't.
Traveler, were you just taking your anger out on those guys?
I'm fine. I'm just angry at myself. And here we have the continuation of Traveler's mind not handling all of this stress pretty well. I'm fine. I'm just angry at myself.
You and Nahida both. Dunyarzad wouldn't want to see you two like this.
Except I think this has been building in Lumine for a lot longer than just this death.
Oh, And speaking of her, Paimon just remembered something.
Oh.
Remember how during the first Sub-Zero's festival, before the Samsara started, we came here with Dunyarzad because she wanted to pick something up?
Right.
She said it was because she had forgotten something.
Yes, I do remember that.
Okay, so Paimon's memory is working so far. Anyway, Paimon also remembers that she is staying somewhere around here. She pointed it out to us the night before the Sub-Zero's festival.
Should we check out what the item is? Maybe it'll give us some clues.
Yeah, even if it's only a tiny clue, it'll probably still help us more than this needle in a haystack search.
Sure.
This is the place. It's rude to enter other people's spaces without permission, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Hey, the windows are unlocked. Okay, Paimon's gonna take a peek inside.
Get going, Paimon. I went into the room and returns apart later, carrying something.
This was only a temporary residence, so there was pretty much nothing inside except this book on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Should we open it?
After almost 16 days, I was finally able to get those notes written before the Sub-Zero's festival. Once the festival ends, you and Paimon will have to continue your journey immediately. So I was hoping that I'd be able to give this to you before that. This is a compilation of folk legends concerning Lesser Lord Kusanali, created from a series of interviews I conducted in succession and wrote down. I interviewed so many people, but I'm afraid there are very few who know much about her. Still, I hope this will be of use to you in your search for her. Gandharaville's water supply was once contaminated, forcing everyone to go very far out to get water. But one day, people suddenly found out the water supply was drinkable again. Some said that a green light was sitting near the water source the previous night. Everyone believes that this was the divine power of Lesser Lord Kusanali at work.
Wow, Dunyarzad wrote all of this. Sounds like she was always thinking of us even while we were away. Even though she was also busy preparing for the Sub-Zero's festival and had all her health problems to worry about. She must have wanted to give this to us as a gift on the day of the Sub-Zero's festival, right?
Mm-hmm.
If we hadn't found this book, we never would have known. But now that we know, we can't even thank her.
Dunyarzad.
Hey! Where are you off to now?
We're making her final wish come true. Even if she's not here to see it, we're gonna make it happen. Dunyarzad. Okay. Come here, Faker. I don't think she knows she's a fake, though.
It's Dunyarzad's puppet.
I guess I'll feel better if I say this out loud. Thank you.
Traveler? You must be exhausted. Come to think of it, we've been stuck in this place for a really, really long time. Heck, even the last time we were chatting happily with Dunyarzad feels like an eternity ago. Paimon still remembers when we were sitting here. And the way her eyes sparkled when she talked about Nilu's Dance of Sub-Zerus.
I can barely recall it now.
There will always be frustrations in life, but I know that the point of living is not to leave behind any regrets.
What? There she is. She's
that was what the real Dunyarzad said, wasn't it? Does that mean...
There's a little sliver of her in there, I bet. Dunyarzad?
Yes, Traveler. What is it?
She's still alive. She's still alive. She's still alive. There's a little sliver of her consciousness out there. That's what that's what Nahida is going to go get. She's like she's not like dead yet. She's just, we could still save her. We could still save her. Everything's gonna be fine.
Oh, so she's still just a puppet. But just now, how come...
Not leaving behind any regrets. Let's go, Paimon.
Where are we going this time?
To watch the Dance of Sub-Zerus. Yeah, we are. But this is a dream. Screw the old man. He can piss right off. Oh, yeah. It's not full vengeance, but it will make me feel better. Come on. Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? Can we knock them out? It'd just be like, screw
If
you.
you continue to resist, we will have to order an investigation into every single event organizer.
Do it! I dare you.
The Grand Sage has already granted you much leniency. I advise that you exercise tact.
No.
How did things turn out like this?
They won't have to.
Traveler? You don't have to get involved. He's a sage from the academia. I don't want to drag you into this.
Traveler?
Traveler? What the heck are you doing? If you get arrested by the academia, that's another day gone to waste.
Worth it. You know what's going on, don't you?
Wait, they're not reacting. Have they been scared stiff?
Just like I thought, they're puppets.
Oh, of course. If this is the sage's plan, they wouldn't put themselves through this.
Dance, 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 dance.
So
dance
they're
time.
just substitutes.
They're fakers.
What is this? What happened to the Grand Sage and his entourage?
Hold on a moment. What's up with those flowers? Those are the real ones. Those are the real flowers.
Like I said, they symbolize the goddess of flowers. It's just a shame that all the real Padisaras went extinct after her death.
Yes. The Greater Lord brought forth new Padisaras in memory of the goddess of flowers. But she ultimately could never truly replicate that beautiful shade of purple.
That beautiful shade of purple. Aren't these flowers real Padisaras? Just like the ones from the legend? I didn't even notice. Dunyarzad, did you find these?
But didn't you just say all the real flowers went extinct after the goddess of flowers passed away? So, how?
Yeah. What's going on here?
Nilu, close your eyes.
Huh?
Imagine that the Grand Sage and his entourage are not here in front of you.
You guys are acting weird. But okay, I'll try. Hey!
Bye-bye!
They disappeared! So Nilu's the host. that can appear as decorations on the stage. It's just like the example Nahida told us. People assume there will be food on a plate, and Nilu assumed there would be real patisaras in the flower pots. So when you saw the flowers, you instantly knew it was Nilu? But if we want to end the samsara, we need the host to become aware that they're dreaming. How should we make Nilu realize that?
Am I dreaming?
There we go. How did she come to that conclusion?
So I'm right. Is this Lesser Lord Kusanali responding to our celebration of the Sabzeruz festival?
It's something.
Yes, but you aren't completely wrong either. The point is, what made you think this is a dream? As far as you know, people in Sumeru don't dream, right?
Yeah, but have you heard the tale of the first sage? To prevent a calamity, he went on a journey to find the Dendro Archon.
Ooh, sounds familiar. Dunyarzad told us a story like that when we first arrived in Sumeru City. So it was about the first sage, huh?
Yep, but in the part you heard, he hadn't become the first sage yet. There's more to the story. His piety and wisdom were acknowledged by the Dendro Archon, and she finally gave her blessing to him. All kinds of spectacular scenes appeared in front of the first sage, as if all the knowledge in the world was being painted onto a canvas right before him. He was captivated. After who knows how long, he mastered all the knowledge he could comprehend. Afterward, he said to the Dendro Archon, "I miss my parents, my wife, and my children. I've been away from home for far too long. They must be worried." The Dendro Archon smiled. The next second, the sage found himself lying in his bed, as if he had just woken up from a dream. His wife, lying next to him, said, "You're off to search for the Dendro Archon today, aren't you? Have a safe journey, my love." In the end, the first sage took care of many disasters in Sumeru City, and founded the Academia. What a happy ending.
Too bad the sages now completely missed the point.
So, the first sage was dreaming ever since the beginning of the story? He never went on his journey?
Yes, but his faith and determination were conveyed to the Dendro Archon, so she blessed him in the form of a dream.
Paimon understands where you're coming from now. That's a really interesting connection. But we really gotta wake up soon, like the sage in the story.
Now that Nilo is aware of it, his dream should be over soon.
I see. Well, it just so happens that today's Sabzeruz festival is almost over too. Since we're in a dream, let's make this final dance of Sabzeruz as beautiful as we can.
Yay! I've been waiting a long time for this. Please dance your heart out. Yay! Bittersweet ending.
The wait is over, everyone. I dedicate this to our god, the dance of Sabzeruz.
I'd be lying if I said I had no regrets. I would have loved to see Nilu's dance.
fragments of her consciousness, I would suspect. There we go.
Good morning, traveler. Oh, Paimon feels like she's been asleep for the longest time.
Good morning, Paimon.
Paimon's head feels super heavy. Did we oversleep? Do you even remember going to sleep last night?
We better remember what happened.
It was after the Sub-Zero's festival.
Wait for
the
it.
Sub-Zero's festival!
There he goes.
Have we finally escaped from the Sub-Zero Samsara?
I remember now.
Take off your Akasha terminal!
Quick, let's go see Dunyarzad. Please be okay. Please be okay. Please be okay. Please be okay. I'm gonna cry.
She's not in her room. What happened?
Let's go to the usual spot.
What usual spot?
Please. 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 Catherine?
Well done, Traveler and Paimon.
What?
And thank you, Dunyarzad, for organizing the Sub-Zero's festival for me.
What? What? Why is Nahita's voice coming out of Catherine? What is happening? What? What?
I'm sorry, who are...
Dunyarzad! You're okay! Oh, don't scare us like that!
Oh, Traveler Paimon, I have something amazing to tell you. I just had a dream, and I saw Nilou performing the dance of Sub-Zeros.
Hey. Ooh. Let's go do that first. Translation. Symbiotic Creeper. After a Razor Glass Blade hits an opponent, it will regenerate 3.5 energy for the Traveler. That's useful. More energy. Catherine.
You're actually Nahita, aren't you? Paimon felt like Catherine was acting weird when we met at the Sub-Zero's festival. And Dunyarzad, did you save her?
It's a really long story. We shouldn't disturb her. Her consciousness is still weakened. Let's chat somewhere else. How about by the Traveler's favorite bench?
I'm very confused right now, but I am here for it.
talk about Dunyarzad first. It's such a relief that she's all right.
After we parted on the last day of the Sub-Zero's festival, I left the city and saw what the traveler had described. Among the countless dreams, I found one that was growing fainter and fainter. This proved my suspicion. Once Dunyarzad could no longer bear the Akasha harvesting her dreams, her consciousness began to dissipate. But this also meant it escaped the Akasha's control. Such a small fragment of consciousness can't last for very long, though. It will return to its original dream, where both will gradually fade until they completely disappear. I used all the power I had to keep her dying dream alive as long as possible, but it still wouldn't have lasted for much longer if it hadn't been for you two breaking the samsara.
We did it! We saved Friend!
So it looks like we did manage to save Dunyarzad in the end! Not a moment too soon!
Very happy ending. This is truly a miracle.
Huh? Why are you two smiling so happily? I thought you'd be so moved that you'd start crying.
Exactly, Spin.
I need to spend more time observing human emotions.
Exactly. We saved Friend. Big whoop.
Both are fine. Everyone reacts differently.
All right. You two must have a lot of other questions for me, right? After all, you saved my faithful believer. As your reward, I will answer any and all questions.
About what I saw in that dream at the forest place.
At the Avidia forest, there was this incense that made the traveler fall unconscious and dream of a huge tree and a red sky.
You also heard someone's voice, right? It said world and forget me.
Yeah, so you do know! We've been wanting to ask you what that was about, and if the red sky was related to Conria.
It seems like the traveler established a connection to Irminsul. That was a message left by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's residual consciousness in Irminsul. Perhaps her last memory before she died.
But it seems like we haven't followed her last memory.
Greater Lord Rukkhadevata disappeared after the disaster in Conria. The timings of these events do line up, so your suspicions are reasonable.
A message from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata? We thought it was from the Scarlet King.
The Scarlet King? That god who died even longer ago? Some present-day desert dwellers still worship him. You probably just heard some of their conspiracies.
Okay, so what does the message mean?
I still haven't managed to decipher it. Even the Akasha isn't currently capable of doing that. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's residual consciousness in Irminsul seems to be contaminated with something that has a very dangerous aura to it.
We're gonna have to clean it out, huh?
Many devoted scholars go mad as soon as they connect their consciousness. I've warned the Academia about this many times, but people still keep falling victim to it.
Yeah, because they don't respect you because they're lame.
This is the key to saving Irminsul. That's why I've kept trying to decipher it.
Perhaps it's some manifestation of twisted recollections of her and why she wants people to forget her.
So the tree in the vision was Irminsul? Oh, Tainari also said that Irminsul is sick. Is it because of the contaminated consciousness? But even if you can't figure out what that vision was all about, it seems like our search for you was all in vain.
Not completely.
The traveler wasn't affected after coming in contact with that consciousness. I've never seen anyone like that. With you here, we may have a chance at deciphering it.
Because we're special.
No, we must decipher its secrets. I've already eliminated all other factors that might affect Irminsul. This is the only one left. This puzzle has life and death at stake. It could determine Irminsul's fate, as well as Tevat's.
I think I'm good as far as questions are concerned.
Got
I don't have
it.
any other questions.
I hope my answers were satisfactory, seekers of knowledge. To be honest, maintaining Dunyarzad's fading dream took a lot of mental energy. I think I may need to rest for a while.
Okay, you go nap that off.
Oh, and you don't need to worry too much about the Sage's activities for now. The Akasha won't be able to conduct another project on the scale of the Sub-Zero Samsara in the immediate future.
Well, that's
Go
good.
and get some sleep. Leave everything to us.
What a relief. This is truly the most exhausting birthday I've ever had.
That just means it was a good one.
Hmm?
You're not tired, you
Traveler? Paimon? Why am I here? Do either of you know?
That's very odd that you just possessed Catherine.
Maybe you were sleepwalking. You know you can't wake up a sleepwalker. We happened to walk by, so we thought we'd wait for you to wake up.
I see. Huh. I should visit my maintenance personnel sometime. Oh, I'm fine. I better go. Thank you.
That's strange phrasing, but okay. Maintenance personnel, not doctor or healer. Maintenance personnel. Kind of sounds like a robot. Boop boop. I mean, we've already had put up this in the story, so who knows? That would explain how weird Catherine is. Oh my god. That took forever. But it was fun. It was fun. That was fun. That was a fun little storyline. I'm happy we did that. We met the Dendro icon. She's cool and cute and stuff. But I think I'm going to call it here because we have been streaming for a long time. Lots of fun. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And yeah, I will see all of you next time, whenever that is. Bye-bye. Karma, it's Spitz-chan.